I've let us out of the cage.
We're live now?
We are live now.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's crazy out here. It's insane. Absolutely crazy. Okay, it says live. Very good. Gonna click on that. Ah, yes, I love watching ads on my own channel. I'm basically printing money right now. Skip. Let's see. Share, create post. For doing methods. Can you drop it in the Discord in the movie channel? Wait, are you allowed to do that? I don't know if you're allowed to. I forgot what your role is.
What?
Oh, never mind. You can post links. Forget it. I'm stupid. Just a link that we're doing this right now in the movie channel.
Oh, in my channel.
No, I mean in Muple's channel. I can do it. It's fine.
No, I mean in my movie night channel.
Wherever you think it fits. It was fine.
What am I sharing?
Preferably the stream we're doing right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that.
I'm actually not sure if you're kidding right now or not. Not sure. Talk about the wrestler post. There we go. What's this? Go away, Twitch. I'm not on your website right now. I'm where the cool kids are playing. Or something. I don't know how it works. Anyway, I think I posted. Oh, right. Twitter. That's like the obvious one. Do. Just talking shenaniglorms while people can join on whatever.
Wait, why are you a furry now? Is it because you have ears in your picture?
Right.
And your beard looks like your face is covered in shit? Because they're degenerates who eat shit.
Oh, it's actually from an EFAP meme. It's where we're all in tanuki suits from Super Mario Party. It's like a video meme. It's really funny, and my face is really funny because I look very pleased. It's like. Alrighty. So it's been almost 2 weeks since I've did one because time is a thing that you need to take care of, and then things came up for me, and then we had to move it. Thanks, Kenobi show. Fucking piece of shit show. Anyway.
I don't know why you wasted time on that shit. You knew it was going to happen.
Well, because we're doing it for EFAP minis. That's why.
Yeah, but like, at what point is that worth it?
I mean, it's still funny.
It's pain.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's anguish.
It is. It's really, really bad.
It's clogging up all your brain pockets with Kenobi.
Yeah, and I
You only have so many brain pockets.
Barely any to spare as well, so I don't know what I'm even doing.
All of my brain pockets have holes in the bottom.
No. That's not good. That's like the opposite of good.
So what are we gonna crack this out in a half an hour? Because you got to go to bed, you sweepy little boy. There we go.
Not really. It's just like 10 p.m. It's fine. Okay. It's all good. Oh man, no man. So yeah, what's been going on? I mean, you basically just dropped off work. I've just been.
Technically, I'm still at work.
Uh-oh.
I'm a bad widow boy. Getting paid to talk about movies without AdSense.
Nice. All right, that is empty now. I don't know what's been happening. I guess yeah, this was planned for 2 weeks ago. Then
Yeah.
I think something for you came up. Then I
Yeah.
said we do it another day, and then something for me came up, and now we're here.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to do
It's
two
okay,
this
though.
week because that's a thing I set for myself. I want one episode per week of the year, so I'm behind one, and that's why I gotta go watch the Everything, Everywhere, All at Everything or something.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
It's very good.
Yeah. I mean, the EFAP lads talked about it while I was gone, and apparently it's very good. And apparently I'll be getting hurt if I don't like it, so I'm very scared.
You should also add to your list
Uh-huh.
The Death of Dick Long.
Oh yeah, I saw your post
Yeah.
your message in the thing.
If you like Everything Everywhere All at Once, it's the same writer-director combo. It's a great movie.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Very nice.
They're also the same people who did Swiss Army Man.
Another movie I haven't seen.
It's also very good.
Oh boy.
Daniel Radcliffe is a dead guy.
Oh, nice, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Do like me some dead people. Yeah, then I had like friendos over, so we were just hanging out. Then I was Father's Day here in German land last Thursday, I think it was. Yeah. So
How is that? How did that go?
oh, it was good. It was good. So basically, me, a friendo, and my dad, we went to get some Chinese buffet. A really good
Hell
one.
yeah.
We really like to go to. Obviously, I had to pay because that's what I do.
So you're the famous internet guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where's my... Just gonna go grab my millions of internet bucks from the bank.
I'm going to convert 3 Twitter followers for 1 General Tso's chicken, please.
Mm-hmm. They always say no, it's weird.
I have a Father's Day thing. Now, if my dad's listening, I swear to God, I will never forgive myself. But we are surprising him with a trip to caverns that are around my general area.
Okay.
And there's 2 separate 1-hour tours through underground caverns, and one of them is lit by a lantern, and everybody holds a lantern, and the rest of on the inside is all lit by firelight and lantern, and it's supposed to be really cool.
All right. We
Yeah,
just had
very exciting.
we just had food. And that was
It's
good food.
gonna be good.
That was
Food's always a good idea for any kind of holiday, especially Chinese, because really it fits anything. You could be in an incredibly bad mood
oh yeah,
and
and then you just,
still be like, fuck it, just Chinese. Let's
and
go.
it's a really good Chinese buffet. Like they have like
hell
a grill station and everything where they have like really nice meats. Like what is it like?
Chicken?
No. I'm just fuck off. That would be a funny joke though. It's like things. Oh, it was like really nice. Like it was chicken, just chicken.
It was
Oh,
exotic.
any
Tasted like chicken. I think it was chicken.
any special sauce? Like no, just straight chicken. No, it's like pork in. It was I don't know. It's like cooked in honey or something.
Oh yeah.
Or was fried and then has like a honey sauce or been baked in honey.
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit is lit. That's good shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. And they have like fish and they have like this dessert buffet there as well with some cakes and ice cream and all that good stuff. It's fucking awesome.
I don't trust fish or seafood from anything that does not specialty it.
That's fair. They have pretty good fish though. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Is it Gordon's Fisherman?
I don't know. Probably not. I haven't asked though, so it's possible. But
You should ask them if it's Gordon.
Hello, are you Gordon? What?
Are you Gordon? I keep seeing commercials.
Oh man. Yeah. So yeah, Sunday will be the Everything Everywhere All at Once. Probably do some streaming in between. Not tomorrow though. I have a friend who's over for barbecue tomorrow. So that's
Oh, is it Memorial Day party for you? I
I.
know your Father's Day is ahead of ours, but I assume your Memorial Day is after ours.
It's just a normal Friday.
Mm.
But they're all coming over after work. I'm gonna have
You don't honor your dead troops
But-
5 days after we do?
No, I don't think so.
Mm.
I'm not aware of any of those
Shame.
holidays here at all.
We got a lot of ones for dead troops.
Hey, 3
Or
days.
not yet dead troops.
3 days a free day, eh?
Yeah. We kind of ignore them when they get back on soil, you know?
Mm.
Like they exist, but we make sure we give them a day. So they're like, hey, you remember, see you next year.
Yeah, we still don't have proper support structures for you, but thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that got
Oh,
dark.
by the way, we're
Anyway.
cutting all the funding.
Cutting all the fun, everything. And you're not getting the holidays anymore. 'Cause fuck you. You little...
Holidays. Every day's a holiday when you're unemployed and have no legs.
Hell yeah. Or a house. Good times. Really good times. For us.
Yo, most definitely.
Yeah. Oh, boy. I even watched the behind the scenes that you sent me. I didn't watch the interview that you said, like weird audio and stuff.
Oh, yeah. That one's more of like
Just a
when
funny...
you're bored and you want to laugh, go ahead and watch that one.
Gotcha.
It's just pretty funny.
It's just like, I'm gonna watch
Mickey
it behind the
Rourke is
scenes because
unfucking hinged.
that probably has some really good information. This other one sounds like it's just a fun time.
Yeah. Mickey Rourke is unfucking hinged. I love it.
Yeah, I don't really know how he is like a person.
So he was like a movie guy a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then he was just kind of a dick in general, hard to work with. And he wasn't so good of an actor that he could be put up with like a Marlon Brando type.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of just stopped giving him jobs. And then he went and did other shit like boxing, for Christ's sake, for like 14 years. And then he came back with this movie, his first returning role.
Okay.
He really didn't do much with it after that.
That's weird because I think he did really well.
Oh yeah, it was the
really
perfect
good.
role for him.
He looks
was able to use a lot
like
of
an
his
old
shit.
wrestler. That's
Exactly.
I looked and it's like, oh yeah, I was actually thinking, it's like, was he an old wrestler? It's like this.
No, yeah.
It's great.
I thought it would have been really interesting if they had gotten somebody else who was a real wrestler.
Yeah.
But I don't think that it would have turned out as good because you really kind of have to have somebody who's really dialed in to the emotional matter of the movie. And they're
not all the wrestlers are good at acting. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, even the wrestlers that are quote good at acting
are that great at acting.
Batista, The Rock, it's John Cena. Fuck off. Tooth Fairy is a masterpiece.
I've never seen that one, and I don't believe you. Yeah.
What? You didn't like the movie Trainwreck?
It's another one I haven't seen.
Imagine the worst part of Trainwreck wasn't Amy Schumer.
I don't know. Okay, no, you're shit. No, get out. Trainwreck movie 2015. That looks so... I just see the cover and I already don't want to see it.
What was it, Tooth Fairy or Trainwreck?
Trainwreck.
Well, Trainwreck had John Cena in it, so it's like...
Yeah, but you can't see him. You gave me that one on a silver platter. Come on.
Something potato salad.
Oh, I love potato salad.
Mm-hmm.
I make a mean one. It's good shit.
You know that joke about John Cena, yeah?
Which one?
That he's potato salad.
Potato salad? I mean,
yeah. So he's
that's the meme I'm not aware of.
He's the run of the mill. Usually can please anybody, and is usually not offensive.
Right.
In the wrestling community, and he was actually described as, John Cena's kind of like potato salad, and it just stuck. And now there's like memes and shit. And the subreddit Potato Salad is dedicated to photos of John Cena, and the subreddit John Cena is dedicated to photos of Potato Salad, and no one acknowledges it. And it's a whole thing. Yeah.
All right. I learned a new John Cena meme today, which I'm probably going to forget about immediately.
Bing cheating.
Huh?
Do you know? Oh, you don't know Bing cheating?
I don't even know. Is that when he talked Mandarin and
Yeah,
apologized?
for an ice cream shop. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there was a Chinese company that paid John Cena a shitload of money to do a commercial.
Of course they did.
And all he says a bunch of shit in Mandarin. He's very fluent in Mandarin.
It seems like it. Maybe he's just good at reading it. I don't know.
Maybe. But he gets through it, and there's a point in the thing where there's like a slight pause, and he just says, "Bing cheating!" And that was like the one thing that got clipped out of the entire thing.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good shit.
I'm your resident meme historian today.
No. Why is Metal a furry? That's from from EFAB meme where all of the EFAB lads have a Tanuki suit on from Super Mario, and I think it was from a catch up where Mewpley was playing Mario Party.
Then
And
what's your profile
And
picture?
we all beat the shit out of it. Well, it's just the head part of
Oh, okay.
the whole thing. Because if I do the whole body, you can see shit.
Oh, now I need to see the photo.
But it's not a photo, it's a meme video,
Oh.
which has
I
been
don't know.
recorded for a meme fab. Part 1, Juan, last night. I think he's trying to promote Final Fantasy 9 in China. Really? There's actually a subversion of that Bing chilling clip. Oh boy. We'll learn all kinds of stuff today. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh boy. Clickety clack. Let me just see if there's anything else.
Do I need to change my volume gate or my noise gate?
No, I think you're fine. I mean, I would just turn you up or down if anything would come up.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good. I mean, I just can't think of anything super interesting to talk about. I don't want to talk at length about the Johnny Depp thing because I don't have anything to add.
I had a pretty fire tweet about it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. If you want to see what that tweet is,
Oh,
you
shit,
gotta go to @Porcus Malice on Twitter.
Yeah, boy.
Fucking follow whatever it is on there. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Also, right before we get into the movie, it's just my luck. Like right before we started, Mewpley texted me or messaged me. It's like, "Hey, you around?" It's like, "Yeah, well, I'm gonna do my fortune now. What's up?" It's like, "Oh yeah, you could have been on an open bar on drinkers. We need a guest." It's like, "Oh, good. That's shitty timing. Thank you."
Well, I mean, if you want to do that, we can do this another time.
No, fuck that.
Okay, fuck those guys.
I don't even have.
Fuck open bar.
Yeah.
Those whores. We don't need them.
So legit 5 minutes before we started, it's like, "Hey," it's like, no.
I don't know what open bar is. What is that?
It's for Critical Drinkers, little streameroo he does every week.
Oh,
Just talking about stufferoonies,
that makes sense. But
just-
I don't
just-
know that one.
flooping around, talking about stuff. I actually don't know if they do like special topics or it's just them fucking around. Because normally when they do it, I'm asleep or stream. So, yeah, you could do both at the same time. Oh yeah, can we just talk about The Wrestler for 2 hours? You haven't seen it? Doesn't matter, I got it.
Here, let me just share the screen.
No drinking in this Christian server. Yeah.
No anime either.
What's that? Why is that profile picture so controversial and confusing to people? I just
Mine?
it's like the third person already asked.
Well, I mean, it's clearly not your original. You're still crying. It's in a different direction. And if you look relatively not even closely, you can see you have cat ears, and that seems like it might be, I don't know, out of character.
Yeah, but the face is funny. Look how pleased I look. And yeah, it's I'll say it once more. It's from an EFAP movie meme, not EFAP movie meme, an EFAP meme that has been animated from a Mario Party stream that Meepley did, and all of us are wearing Tanuki suit, and we're beating the shit out of each other, and after that we're just hanging out. You'll see that shortly in the thingies. Drinker has seen the wrestler and recommends it. Good. Anyway,
Let's
right.
start some beef.
That's some. I thought. Oh, I want to talk about the wrestler. But yeah, who are we beefing at?
Critical Drinker is a goddamn alcoholic.
I mean, yeah, that's
doesn't
his whole,
know
that's,
his shit.
I mean, the alcoholic thing is his whole gimmick. So that wasn't that. This
He's
was
secretly
shit.
sober.
Oh, motherfucker!
He's a hydroholic. He's far too hydrated.
Far too hydrated.
He's pissing constantly.
Oh boy.
Well, I guess if he's an alcoholic, he would be pissing constantly too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's why I had a problem with Drinker. He doesn't like Midsummer,
I
which
haven't
is
even seen the
a
movie.
travesty, in my opinion. I have no idea how anyone could not like Midsummer.
Have you seen it?
There, I've said it. It's fantastic.
Have you seen it?
Have I seen Midsummer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. I haven't.
it's fantastic.
I think Meepley doesn't like it either. So
Well, they're all fucking stupid.
okay, get out.
Fuck them all.
I'm right here, dude.
Let's start a beef. Mahler, I'm calling you out.
Oh no. No, I actually don't know. I think he mentioned that, but I could be lying. Guess I'm starting beef now, bitch. Yeah, I actually don't know. Don't quote me on that. Someone said they weren't impressed. I think Midsummer's more billion. It's Morbin time. It's Morbin time. Dude, I fucking love the Morbius memes and I haven't seen the movie. So
They
good.
were so annoying, and then
fucking
they got
love
so
them.
prolific and made it into other communities that it's now
Dude,
even funnier.
my last two Twitch streams is just full of Morbius memes.
Oh,
Like movies just replaced with Morb. I was like, oh, it's mwah. Good stuff.
I'm gonna message you something. Here, check out the call.
It's too small to read. Let me put that up on my phone. I really hope that's a good Morbius meme. That's going. No wait, that
It's
looks
a
like.
very good Morbius meme.
Oh wait, I was about to say this looks like Elden Ring, but it's also Morbius. God damn. Let's see. My favorite moment from Elden Ring is when I entered Morg's arena and he comes out slowly saying, "It's Morgan time." It instantly Morgs me.
I screen capped it like this. You could see the comments too. Those are good comments.
Yeah, so this got reported and rightfully so. What a truly horrendous meme. However, I somehow can't bring myself to remove it, perhaps for the sake of internet posterity. Is this simply the state of society, and thus partly the state of the subreddit? It is troubling, my friends. May America have mercy on us all. It's such a cool fight. I love when he counts down from 3 in Latin and then says, "Get mogged," when he uses his signature move. It's Morgan time in tres, duo, unus. Oh, that's fantastic. That's good stuff. I need to set something up so I can show stuff from the Discord. Yeah, show it. I just read it all out. So yeah, there you go. Okay. Now that we've been morbed or mogged.
Yeah, my brain's been fully morbed.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I have a sip of my
You could even
water.
call it a Morbius strip.
It's never ending.
So let's talk about the Morbster.
Hell yeah. So Ram Jam. I fucking love this movie. One, it's clearly shot on film, and the film graininess adds to that like anachronistic feel where you don't really know what fucking decade it is because people got smartphones. People have got tiny flip phones. I think somebody used a payphone at one point. Like, what the fuck year is it?
Yeah.
So you got this weird like time shifty feeling, but the movie clearly trends into he is stuck in the past. He is in the 80s. And to jump ahead, the scene in the bar when he dances with Marissa Tomei, that just solidifies the whole idea of he's in the 80s. That's it. He doesn't care what year it is now.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 80s for him still, even though he's an old fucking man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I really like that movie as well. Not only
great.
just from a movie standpoint, but from a position of a wrestling fan, a pretty big one. I think they did a tremendous job showing the independent scene stuff, and just the whole scenario he's in is that's unfortunately pretty real for a lot of wrestlers from back in the 80s and 90s.
Absolutely.
That made shit tons of money, but they spent it as fast as they gained it or earned it, and went into debt and took all them drugs and all the alcoholisms and went out to party and stuff.
I mean, if you think about it, the people who are going to these kinds of events are in these independent leagues, at least, are people probably from, I'm going to stereotype, low-income areas. So the people who are involved in that scene and who would see it and appreciate it and get into the profession are kind of that same group. So it's probably likely that these guys came from places where they were entertained at one point by these same people, and they were never given any financial advice or any training or knew what to do with money, kind of like basketball players. Some of those guys sign $1 million contracts, and then they end up broke as fuck 2 years out of the NBA because they don't know what the fuck they don't know what to do. They got too much shit and they squander it. Although I guess wrestlers aren't making millions; they're making dozens of thousands.
Oh, if you work at WWE, you make millions.
Well, in these independents.
When you in independents, yeah. So
Mickey Rourke's character never makes it to the big time. He makes it to big time independent.
No. He was the big time. That's the whole thing. That's what the whole thing in the beginning says.
He was higher into like televised shit.
Yeah. He was like in the big leagues. Like the whole thing with Ayatollah, which is his. This is what the intro is all about, with all the entrances and stuff. And ring announcements. Basically, just tells you, he was in the big leagues. I think they were trying to do like a comparison to like Hulk Hogan versus the Iron Sheik back in the day.
That would make sense.
Because we have like the Ayatollah and there's like the flag, and it's very similar.
Yes.
I don't have anything to prove that, but it's way too similar that it is not the case.
So I don't have the context of like knowing history of wrestling.
I'm going to be talking a bunch about that.
I love that you're going to do that because I'm very interested. So I didn't realize that all of those posters and the pre-talk for those matches was them talking him up to say that he was at the top of WWE or WWF. I thought he was the top of the independent scene.
No. He was
really big.
He was like really big. That's like all those snippets. Those are like the wrestling magazines and stuff. Like, he's unstoppable and champion and this and that.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I found a little tidbit which I found really funny. At one point, Nicolas Cage entered negotiations to star as Randy.
Absolutely. So Mickey Rourke tried to ask them for more money than the director could afford or the production could afford.
Mm-hmm.
So their initial choice was 100% this is for Mickey Rourke. We are writing it for him.
Yeah.
And he said okay, declined it after a while because they didn't have the money to pay him eventually.
Okay.
And then they started looking for someone else who would have been cheaper. At that time, Nick Cage would have been dirt cheap. So it kind of makes sense. And he would be a similar vein to the kind of story that they're trying to tell. Somebody who was on top of their game and kind of fell aside for a couple of years. Yeah. It's a very Tarantinoian? Anyway, it's very much like Quentin Tarantino to drag an old star out and bring him or her to the forefront and just re-shine the light on them in the right way and bring out the characteristics on screen and just get it to work. It's good shit.
Also, as soon as they told me the name of him, he's called Randy the Ram Robinson. Perfect choice for a wrestling name. Because alliterations in wrestling names, they're very, very common. Funnily enough, there's a whole page on TV tropes that has a lot of the names. Because like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bruiser Brody, Macho Man, Bam Bam Bigelow, Adrian Adonis, Arn Anderson, Double J Jeff Jarrett, Big Boss Man, and even like recent ones, Bianca Belair, currently WWE Women's Champion, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure.
Brie Bella, Colt Cabana. The list goes just fucking on and on. That's they love that shit, which makes sense because it's easy to remember. And if you want to have the big wrestling name, you want to have it to be easily remembered.
Is there any connection between wrestling names and superhero names? Do they come from the same place of easily being like an earworm or remembering what they are, like a marketing tactic? Or
it's a good question.
Like wrestling tied to comics in a way that I don't see?
No, not really. I think people who like comics are more prone to like wrestling, I think. I believe. Fair. Because like especially back in the day, like the wrestling stuff was like all this nerd shit. It's like, oh, you watch wrestling? Gay. It's like it's probably the same idea when you have like easy to remember names. I would say.
Fair enough.
It's just funny. I was just looking for a couple of names because I couldn't remember like a lot, because of course if you try to remember them you just can't think of them, and then I found a whole website full of those names. It's like, holy shit, that is a lot of them. But yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. Like, that was my first thing. Like, a couple of seconds, and it was like, good choice, really good choice. Makes a lot of sense. That they don't call him like Franklin Harbor or whatever. I don't know. So yeah, this whole intro sequence. Actually, let me go. Back to it
so
here
him,
a little bit, so you can
him
see
walking
it.
through. Let me see.
Oh, not walking. I'm talking. I'm talking about the whole bits. So Randy the Ram Robinson, his good future, climbs the top, has led him to the ultimate showdown. We get like all those bits for. There's some bits with the Ayatollah match as well, and this is how the whole rematch comes about and stuff like that. So in a sense, you thinking he was on the top of the Indies doesn't really make a difference in the whole story of the movie.
Right, that's why I was confused, because it still worked in my head.
Yeah, because it still works, because like he was on top, now he isn't, and then you get the rematch. It doesn't really make a whole lot of difference. But yeah, that's the
Ram Jam.
Did
you know that it's canon for this story universe for Randy the Ram Robinson's son to be named Ram Jelly?
What?
His nickname is Ram Jam. His kid's name is Ram Jelly.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
So where was I? Right, we cut to the 20 years later, and you just see him in the classroom, and I immediately was like, okay, we're in the Indies. Like, that was already clear for me, because they were doing like a small show in small venues, which is very common. Some Randy McFlango does a show. He gets all these wrestlers. So yeah, and he's on its own. So because he's like the old big wrestling star, he gets his own quote unquote locker room but he's clearly in like a classroom of some sorts.
Yeah, it's like a middle school class or
Yeah.
a preschool classroom or something. They're doing it at like a middle school gym.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it.
It's very real. It's
Oh,
very, very
I know it is.
real.
That's why it's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
So a lot of the shots where it's just like in these venues is super documentarian, like tripods sitting in one place, just watching shit happen.
Mhm.
And you probably saw in the behind the scenes, all of these events that are portrayed in this were real, and they used real independent wrestlers to get all the footage of the other fights.
Yep.
And then in those same fights with Mickey Rourke, those were all real independent wrestlers, and that's a real crowd, and they're actually chanting and shouting and a lot of that stuff
Yeah.
for the real fights. A huge majority of the budget for the movie went on to putting these fights on, which is pretty fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's cool because they did like a Ring of Honor show, and they did the whole thing in the middle of the show,
Yeah.
which was kind of cool that it did it that way. And hey, if you get a wrestling crowd going, like because they're already like in the whole disbelief kind of thing. Shit.
Oh yeah,
I'm just missing the whole term. Fuck.
suspension of disbelief.
Thank you. Yeah, suspension of disbelief. And they're like, oh yeah, we're shooting this movie about wrestling. Can you just go nuts? It's like, yep, no problem. But from the behind the scenes I've seen, the guy who talked to them was like pretty chill and not like weird about it. And it's like, oh yeah, you can even cry if you want to, haha. And I was like,
Oh, that's the director. That's Darren Aronofsky. Yeah.
So yeah, I think he did a good job getting the crowd behind that stuff. So yeah, small venues, sports halls, gyms, I don't know, warehouses, whatever fits a ring and has space for a couple of people to have an audience for. You can put it. They put on a show in there. The independent scene. It's people get creative. They get creative with that stuff. Let's see. Oh yeah, right. So we see that guy walking in, which is the most likely the promoter who gets all the cash for the people, and he just holds the money up like it's not that much, and just tells him, "Sorry, it would have been more if the gate was more," which means he didn't make that much money.
Yeah, not many people showed up. They didn't pay money at the gate for tickets. He probably had a higher percentage of his pay that was gate money, which is pretty common for stand-up comedy, music gig shows, pretty much anything.
Yeah, it's the same in wrestling, especially back in those days. It's more common in the indies, I think, because let's see. I think I wrote it down here because it was like, yeah. So the way I know
a lot of them are self-supported. Is that what you're getting at?
Oh no, just trying to go for it's the same. Was back in the day that they get a cut of the gate, especially like way back, like 80s, 90s. These days it's more. Well, at least if you're with a big promotion, you have like a guaranteed contract, and then you get downsides, and then you get cash from merch and from media and whatnot. There's like a bunch of shit that goes in there. So yeah, but the way I know it works, at least to some degree, is that the wrestlers get a cut from the amount of money that is made. So let's see. I think like let's talk about like say WrestleMania. WrestleMania, if you're the WWE and you're on the WrestleMania card, that is gonna be most likely the biggest payoff you're gonna get the whole year, because that shit just makes all the money. Like as much as I don't like WWE these days anymore because the product just doesn't appeal to me anymore. If you're in it for the cash and you're pretty good at wrestling and you get a gig there, you're pretty much set if you don't do stupid shit, because you get a fuck ton of money if you're in that kind of position. Yeah, so they get a certain amount, and then on top they get cuts from merchandise, pay-per-views, and all that stuff. There's a lot of things that go in there, in their overall pay, basically. Does that make sense to you? Did I?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. I don't know if I just did the thingy.
No, I was letting you finish your ramble.
Yeah. It's all good. So, so he goes out. He sees some people disassembling the ring. I just realized it's already all the way back here. Yeah, there you go. The ring gets disassembled, which is normal. Like after the show, people start disassembling the things. The ring, which is probably going to be the wrestlers themselves, especially in these shows because they don't have a production crew or whatever. They just go in there and get the thing out. Obviously, as Ram is like the old veteran, he already paid his dues, so he doesn't need to help if he doesn't want to, or he's not expected to. And you see like someone in the back like changing in one of the seats, and yeah, some people come up, want some autographs, and it's like, oh, I've seen you this and that, and he's like, yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, as far as I know, pretty accurate for an indie event, as I already said. And also just in general for him as a wrestler, because all those old wrestlers past their prime who just can't stop doing the wrestling and were very reckless with their cash back in the day. Just scrape by doing all these indie shows, even though they can't really do all that stuff they could do in the back in the day. And yeah, it's that's just how it is for some of them wrestlers.
It's interesting to see other younger wrestlers interact with the character Ram.
Yes.
Because they are highly he's like a regal presence to them.
Yep. Yeah,
He's a god among men.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Which can vary, because there's some wrestlers out there who are not as nice as him to the younger wrestlers. But yeah, I like that they went this way. You could do like a whole different story with like a
he
piece
could
of
have been
shit
a heel
wrestler.
in real life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But they didn't, which was good. I thought it was interesting to jump all the way to the end, the Ayatollah fight.
Mm-hmm.
He said, do you want to do a game plan or whatever? And he says, you're the face, I'm the heel.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's like, well, I guess he has kind of been both the face and the heel the whole movie. He's the face to some people, but he's the heel for like stuff that we don't see. His relationship with his daughter and all this other, like, just being a bad dad. He's definitely the heel in that relationship.
Yeah.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it was just like, oh, that makes sense because they're both veteran wrestlers, and it was very, very. It was almost normal that they called the match in the ring. Like they only say, oh, the finish is this, the rest we just call in the ring while they do it. And
they'll do like different hand signals or tapping their foot 2 times or something.
No,
they'll do different signals.
Basically, the way they show it in the movie, where they just talk to each other very quietly. That's how it goes. And mostly it's the heel who has the control over the match.
Yeah, because it's an underdog. He's always going to be the one that's doing things to the hero. Hero has to prevail at the end.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Except in this one.
But yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
So on the car ride from the end of that event to, I think, his trailer, the "Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone" song. I felt that was a bit on the nose.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit on the nose, but it is also from the same band or the same song that he walks out to. What song does he walk out to?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I thought it was just a generic rock song, but
no,
it probably wasn't because
song.
there's actually a bunch of
there's a lot of
licensed
music in this.
Licensed music, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what he walks out to, but I think it's the same band.
I need to start paying more attention to music, like in general. For some reason, I always like ignore it, and it's like, oh yeah, that was good music, and that's it for me. even though the music is very important in some regards. Like in movies in general, I mean.
You can get away with it.
Yeah.
I did note it, if you are able to scroll back to when he first arrives at the apartment and he
Sure.
bangs on his front door, if you look not even really that closely, you can see that he nearly knocks in the entire door. Like the top of it folds over. You could see he almost gets in just from banging on it. And I thought that was kind of funny, just showing his pure brute strength.
Oh yeah, it just goes like vibrates basically. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, so this set, actually, this trailer home is a real trailer home on a real trailer park that they had to drag into place. It was previously abandoned. So they had to clean it out and then fit it to look like his place.
Yeah.
And then they left it there.
That's your problem now. Goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So he gets into his van afterwards, and he is just hemming and hawing about my broken little arms, my joints hurt, I'm old. And he guzzles some pain medication and all kinds of shit. I don't remember what's on the radio at the time, but I don't think there is anything. I think it's just him doing this stuff. But that's pretty typical of just the event or just the type of work that these guys are doing. Pretty much everybody's on painkillers, and I mean professional sports in general. Everybody's on painkillers. And somewhere shortly into this movie, I think it's right around the end of the second act, they are at a convention for older wrestlers, and it's where Ram has the realization
that's me now.
That's him now. And maybe it's time for me to retire. And he retires.
And he does. Oh boy.
And he does. And then he doesn't. But he does. Yeah. But all those guys are on pain meds. Yeah. They're all fucked. And that's not good for your heart or anything.
Oh no.
Interesting thing. Just after he takes his last chunk of pills, it immediately cuts to black and the sound goes out, and it has black frames, and then it pops up to this where these kids are banging on his windshield.
Yeah.
So theoretically, he blacked out last night.
Yeah, pretty much.
Guns N' Roses, is that what it was? Hang on. Entrance theme was, Bang Your Head, Sweet Child of Mine. Yeah, okay, thank you. Yes, it was a different song. Right. That's good shit.
So he gets woken up by the children, and he's first like, oh, annoying, but then he's like, oh wait, those are fans, and he does love his fans, he really does. So he's like, choke slam, chop you, and he's like just playing around with them, just having a little fun. Then the manager of the trailer park comes around and is like, hey, why would you do this to me? It's like, oh, you're not getting it back in if you pay me. It's like, just at least let me get my cool pack. Like I blew my knee out or whatever. But it's no chance. And he goes to his job place, and he asks warehouse job or the convenience store job. Well, I guess for now it's only warehouse. Because here he still says, oh, I can do weekdays but not the weekends, because on the weekends he goes to the indie shows and
he
makes
sits on other men's faces.
Exactly, and that's really fucking hot.
So Todd Barry, I think, is the guy's name, the comedian that's the manager in this scene that's playing right now. He's a really great comedian, and his whole shtick is this character. So he's the perfect part for this role, or this perfect actor for this role. But he has so many like lines that are they're like a dark levity. It's definitely blue comedy. It's not meant to make you feel good, and it's definitely meant to make Ram feel bad, but it still kind of makes you as the viewer feel good because it was a pretty good burn.
Yeah.
So like it's conflicting. You don't really know what to do with it. But okay, that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Fuck. Can't be mad.
Yeah, maybe to put it like into context, this whole scenario he's in right now, just from a wrestling standpoint, as we already talked about, is pretty real for a lot of wrestlers. They go get some other jobs. They have to live in shitty places or whatever because they spend all their money, or they just didn't make it big time, so they didn't even make that much money, but they still wrestled all the time. Because they either wrestle like a very taxing style of wrestling, or well, it's kind of redundant because wrestling in itself is like insanely hard on the body. I think they say like every like fall they take is almost like a small car wreck they're in, which is kind of exaggerated, I think, but I think you get the idea what I'm trying to say with it. And also, if you work for, like, again, WWE, everyone knows the WWE these days. If you work on a full-time basis for them, you're on the road like all year.
Yeah, there is no season.
Insane.
It is yearly. Yeah.
Like, you do the show, like, let's say you do Raw, which is Mondays. Then right after, you either go to your hotel room, have a sleep, and drive to the next venue, or the same night, you first draw to the next town where the next venue is and take your hotel there, catch a little bit of sleep, then you have to go work out the next day. If you're the world champion, you have to do media appearances, you have to do radio, you have to do, I don't know, what the fuck ever, Make-A-Wish if you're part of that, which John Cena did like a fuck ton.
That's gross. Touching sick kids.
Yeah,
I don't want to be in the same room. Fucking
get sick
gross.
myself. Ugh.
I know. Fucking leukemia is contagious.
But yeah, and then on top of that, they do house shows, which is the live events that are not televised or recorded. So those is another date you have to do. Then every 4 weeks, they have a pay-per-view going on, which is one of the big shows. Yeah, and the higher you get in the totem pole on a wrestling show, just the more busy it gets for you. Like, it just gets busy, busy, busy. Sure, you get a fuck ton of money, but goddamn, you're not at home a lot. Like, oh, you have 2 kids? Maybe if you're lucky, you see them 15 days. Especially back in the day. So yeah, your body doesn't even have like the proper time to rest. Because you take a bump, drive away, maybe cram yourself into a little flight, like a little seat or something, whatever. So yeah, this is why most wrestlers stop or have to stop when they're like getting close to 40-ish. Because their body just can't take it anymore. Like smart wrestlers, like Chris Jericho, for example, he's still wrestling and he's 51 now. But he drastically changed his style. He doesn't wrestle as often anymore.
And he wears a condom.
Which is very important. Especially during your matches. Don't want to get AIDS. So yeah, it all depends how you take care of your body. Because some wrestlers just don't take the rests.
Oh yeah,
it's also got better these days because we know more about concussions and everything. Because back in the day when they hit each other with I don't know, chairs like right on top of the head, and then they got like this, like, oh god, I got a little stinger. It's like, yeah, no, it's gonna sleep it out. Yeah, and then Chris Benoit happened, and it's like, oh,
yeah, that's a hell of a story.
That was a brutal wake up call, unfortunately, man. I still remember reading that in German papers. I was like, fuck.
Dude, you got it all the way over there too? That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, I think I wasn't like super into wrestling at that time because I think I was actually working. I had like a weekend job when my dad was working because they took like not weekend jobs, a vacation job, and I wanted to make some money when I was 16. I was like, oh, I'll work there. And then I read the papers. I was like, geez, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I've seen interviews with his with the son that wasn't there when it happened. That shit was heartbreaking to watch. Like, goddamn. But yeah, that's a whole different story. If you want to check that shit out, I think someone made a video on it.
JCS. Jim can't swim, my guy.
Did he make a video on Chris Benoit?
I'm almost positive.
I saw a Coffee House Crime video on it that was pretty recent.
Who and how did he die? Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
He murdered his girlfriend,
His wife and two of his children, and then
two of his children,
and then
yes.
hung himself in on his waiting equipment or something.
Yeah.
Because he was like on shows like 2 days before, and then like one night he just fucking snapped.
Yeah.
Because of concussions. Like his brain was like in a status of like a 70, 80-year-old person or something. It was wild. And a fucking shame because he was a phenomenal wrestler. It's man. That's a sad story. It's brutal. It's really brutal.
But I mean, imagine what she said to deserve it.
Fuck off.
Be careful of nudity coming up, so you may want to roll it back.
Oh, I have a loop after the match, so it
sick.
runs back
Okay.
for now.
Okay.
I'll just see if I got everything. So yeah, you can't properly rest. So yeah, but basically, they're all the wrestlers are like crazy beat up. They call it bump cards. It's like a little funny thing. Like they have like a card every time they fall down, take a bump. They have to put 1 point on their bump card. It's like a little inside talky talks.
See, I missed that.
Oh, not in the movie. That was just in general. They say that in the wrestling business. Like, oh, my bump card is getting full when they get older or something like this.
As he is walking into the warehouse job, there is a section where he's walking through like a cafeteria or something.
Mhm.
And you can hear very faintly in the background meal supplements and an advertisement for protein shakes.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess that's probably like that's clearly there on purpose. What it's trying to say, I don't really know, but it's there. That was around 8:35, and then so the camera actually following him into that warehouse job, where it's behind him, and his shoulders and his head are square center in the frame, and it's following behind him. That camera perspective is used probably a dozen times in this movie.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's incredible. It reminds me so much of the walkout camera shot on a WWE show where they're coming out from backstage and they just got some camera behind them and they're following them, and it's just that same shit. It's that camera work in the movie.
Yep.
And sometimes you'll hear like buzzing or like whirring noises, and it'll be the only sound that's in the scene. And sometimes they fade in crowd cheering during those times because he has bad hearing and he associates the buzzing noises with a crowd cheering.
Okay, nice. 'Cause I remember the scene before he goes out to the meat store thingy.
Yes.
That's when they like blatantly do the cheering and stuff. And it's like, oh, it's like he's nervous as he would be when he would go out for a show or something.
Yeah. I think they do it when he walks through the warehouse here too, but it feels like it's for a different reason.
Yeah.
They do it before he goes out to be the deli guy, but they also do it some other time. I don't remember where.
Yeah.
I feel like they do it twice.
So also considering when this was like filmed or when they show when this is basically gonna be, like he's like 80s, 90s wrestling star.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, they on the road all the time, and obviously they need like some kind of outlet when they're not training wrestling and whatever. So a lot of them go out partying, having alcohol, taking drugs, all that shit. A lot of people who didn't want to do painkillers all the time because you get horribly addicted to those things if you take
And
them
you
too
can't
much.
shit.
They at some point back in those days they started checking for weed, and obviously weed wasn't as accepted as it was as it is these days. And the problem was for the wrestlers, it helped them getting over their pains and just kind of like to chill out, have a good night's sleep and whatever. But if they were randomly checked and they were tested positive for the weeds, they were fined or weren't allowed to wrestle for a certain amount of time. And back in those days, you didn't have any guaranteed contracts. That means you don't wrestle, you don't get paid. You don't get any money. So yeah, a lot of the wrestlers turned to painkillers or alcohol and harder drugs. And unfortunately, because of that, a lot of the wrestlers from back in the day are dead these days. They died when they got like 40 to 50, sometimes before they turned 40. Yeah, it's gruesome. It's a gruesome thing, the wrestling business, especially back in those days.
They are live stuntmen, basically.
Yeah.
There's no moments of gearing up. There's no preparation for a stunt they're going to do. They have to do 15, 30 stunts in a row in front of a shitload of people, no retakes. It's really a fascinating job.
That's actually worse these days without the retakes. Back in the day, they were the TV shows were taped a lot of times, so they could do some retakes here and there if they wanted,
or like splice out bad moves or something.
Yeah, exactly. But these days, like Raw, 3-hour live show, there's no retakes. If you fuck something up, that's there forever.
Yep. There's actually bits in the behind the scenes where that guy, Necro
Butcher.
That's it. Necro Butcher. He had a super deep voice. It was super cool.
Yeah.
He missed one of the jumps, his first jump from the ladder that they use in their scene.
Yeah, I saw that.
Lands on the side of the table and slices up his entire side with the barbed wire.
Mm-hmm.
That's so foul. And can you believe that this movie had its special effects done on a fucking MacBook laptop?
Yeah, it was just a small one.
I know, it was a one guy thing.
Yeah, it's a low budget movie. It's a really low budget movie.
So I guess basically all of the staples that would have been used by Mickey at that point, they had the skin tearing stuff done practically, but then a lot of that stuff they just slapped some 2D staples on them and called it a day.
Yeah, but
but it didn't look too bad. It looked great.
Well, in the actual matches, they would use like actual staple guns.
Oh yeah. Those are real staples,
dude.
Yeah. They were actually stapling the body double for the movie.
I've seen some of those ultra-violence death matches. Those fuckers are insane, dude.
I could not do that. It's a lot of small, superficial cuts.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like death by 1,000 paper cuts at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I couldn't. There's so much blood.
Dude,
much blood.
If you want to see a documentation on that, documentary on that, a couple of years ago, Vice did one on CZW.
I'm in.
Combat Zone Wrestling, dude.
Yeah.
They talk about the Tournament of Death, which they do like a day-long tournament where they have like plenty of death matches, and at the end someone gets crowned. One of the people there,
someone gets sacrificed.
Someone gets sacrificed. I mean, someone almost died there. Nick Gage, I think is his name.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Man, that fucker is insane. But
All
yeah,
right, I'll have to watch that.
it's pretty interesting. Like Vice still does some good documentary stuff. Dark Side of Wrestling, I think that's published by Vice as well. That shit is good too. It's about to air the 3rd season of that. Highly recommend. It's like different topics from wrestling. They talk about. They did a pretty good job from what I could tell.
I think there's a really interesting foil type dynamic between Ram and his wannabe girlfriend in the strip club.
Yeah.
She's basically in the exact same position that he is.
Yeah.
Completely aging out of her business, not because of health, but because of beauty, because she's a stripper. And thank God she is, because we get to see Marissa Tomei's titties.
Yeah, a lot actually, like a lot.
Like a lot. Yeah. Oh God, there's one where she's wearing like fishnet and they're just Oh
no, calm yourself.
Anyway, so there's a scene where we're first introduced to her character. Mickey Rourke, Ram, sees her through a beaded curtain, getting verbally harassed by some young kids saying that she's an old cunt who does not deserve to be paid for her time. Or
which is fucking horseshit, by the way.
I know.
Fuck these guys.
My God, delusional.
Fucking losers.
Dude, anyway, so yeah, Ram decides to break it up, and immediately after he breaks it up, she's very upset, but then she says, "You just cost me $200," and is very upset. And then something happens where it's like an artificial switch flips on, and she goes back into saleswoman mode.
Yeah.
When he says something, pay for whatever. So she knows that has worked, and he is going to give her money now, and everything is going to be okay. Yeah, it's all it's a strange introduction to her, because it gives a cloudy, possibly ulterior motived person.
Yes. Yeah.
Straight in front of us, and very blatantly so, if you're aware of that type of body language, which some people aren't. Some people completely miss that shit. So I had no idea what to think of her at first, but as some of the scenes go on, you kind of realize that maybe this is the start of her not being solely a companion and starting to move into possible girlfriend town, where it hasn't been like unrequited love. It's been her manipulating him all along. I guess not really manipulating. He knows what's happening.
Yeah.
He knows that she's a stripper, and that's what strippers do. It's such a weird dynamic. Anyway, it does go on where they work out all those kinks, sort of. Yeah. But interesting character introduction, that's all.
Yeah. We kind of skipped over the first actual match we see in this, which is before that. Right, because they all just meet up in their little room there, and it's like, hey Ram, what's up? You doing great? It's like, yeah, it's fine.
Oh yeah,
and then
you're right.
Gets introduced like, oh yeah, go over there. That's your locker room, and he. I like how they did this, because they're just all there hanging out. Some of them pumping themselves up, getting like the muscles going.
They're all super positive. They're all in it together. It's all camaraderie. It's sport companions.
Yeah.
It's not a competition. It's a show.
Exactly.
And that threw me kind of for a loop to get my mind around, where I'm like, okay, I get that they get what it is, but don't they have to get into a character backstage? But they don't. It's a show, and they are way more of a performer than what I think people ever give them credit for.
Yeah, I really like that scene, how they did it, because they were like, oh, just hanging out, doing the thing. Ram gets his own little locker room thingy, and we see the guy with the mohawk come in. It's like, oh, what you want to do? How about this and that? And just go through the match. It's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fine. Just all positive. Just talking through the matches. We also see the other guys in the big room, just going over things like, oh, I'm gonna do a bulldog, and it's like this. It's like, oh, what if we go ahead?
That section is really where the documentarian type feel comes in.
Yes.
Where you're just setting a camera down and you're just capturing the behind the scenes, because that's literally what they were doing. And that's so fucking cool.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
It's just a really cool way to do this idea. The guy, or Ram, does have a really inspiring message to say to the young wrestler, is in that don't let anyone fool you, make sure you get your own bag, basically.
Yeah.
Or I guess it was the people you need to impress are the ones in the suits, don't worry about anything else. And that's very foreshadowing, very doom and gloom, but still great advice.
Yeah.
But very negative. It is a tarnished view of the industry.
We also see him prepare a little blade so he can cut himself later on to have some more dramatic effect during the match.
And that is super interesting, because I never, ever would have ever guessed that they would ever use razors in fights, but it makes so much sense.
Yeah. It's
because punches and shit, you're not gonna get cut like that all the fucking time. They bleed so goddamn much. They're made of latex rubber or something. I don't know. It's fucking wild. They get cut.
Yeah, they just have this as the shoulder. They put it like in between their athletic tape, and then
just slip it in sometime.
Yeah, they get thrown down. Like the other guy just distracts the audience, much like with the magic tricks. Like gets the audience going and kind of hide their face, and they get the thing. Sometimes they hide a little bit below the ring because there's like the ring apron. There's like a little curtain around it, so you can't look below because there's like shit below it, like I don't know, tools and shit. And then they just do a little cut. I think the way they normally do it's like push it in and then twist it a little bit. Apparently that's like the best way, so it heals the quickest. That's just some knowledge I picked up from all the podcasts I listen to every day. So yeah. But yeah, pretty cool. At first, I didn't like how they did the whole close in the ring.
Oh,
but
that was
that's probably just because I'm so used to see just the whole ring when I watch wrestling.
There was a specific
me later on
you. There's a specific comment in the behind the scenes where the director of cinematography says they specifically went for an in the ring experience, and that way they knew the choreography, and they did the choreography with the camera movements purposefully to give them more impact and make you feel like you were in the ring and not just some bystander, like the shot right here that's on your screen. That if the whole fight was that, it would feel more real, it would be cool. But it's it works so well with the just floating in between, fully choreographed. It's so fucking good, and you can tell almost the entire time it is Mickey fucking Rourke doing all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah,
and that's cool. I love it that Mickey was actually doing a lot of this shit.
Yeah. I was surprised that he took like some actual bumps when I looked behind the scenes. Like, oh shit, good stuff.
Yeah,
good stuff. I
think he actually cut himself here too.
Yeah. Because they show this in the behind the scenes as well. It's like, oh shit, he actually did cut himself. Good. I'm impressed. Yeah. Good stuff. It really works well later on when you hear them do the match with Ayatollah later on. It's like, oh, do this.
Yeah, you could hear the talk.
Let's bring it home. So it's like, oh, that's neat. I like that. No, I like it now. Good job.
Yeah. It was improved upon for the final fight. Here it does feel weird. I agree.
Yeah,
But
then
I mean-
he went. Oh, one thing I noticed that was weird. During the announcement of the card, they say this match is for the strap, so for the championship. But
Uh-huh.
there's no championship to be seen anywhere, so I don't know what happened there.
Maybe it was for a chance at the strap.
Maybe. I think they said it's for the thing, but I don't know. Maybe I mixed it up. I didn't listen back to it.
Maybe it's a literal strap of cloth.
Oh, well, that's a shitty gig.
And here's your new loincloth.
Ram Jam. But yeah, we see him getting glued up in his little locker room, and then the promoter comes in. It's like, oh, it's 20-year anniversary of him versus Ayatollah, and he was thinking of doing a rematch, and he specifically says he's doing something with Ring of Honor, and I was like, oh shit, they mentioned Ring of Honor, which is probably the the best known, or at least was the best known indie promotion out there. Back in the day, they have now been bought by AEW, this new company that's been around for like around 3 years. Because they were going down, they had like some financial problems because the people who, I think it was the Turner Broadcasting? No, wait, that's AEW. What are they called? Doesn't matter. The people who they were under, they basically kicked them out because of money stuff. And now AEW bought them, and they're still planning on bringing them back on the radar, basically. But yeah, it's just pretty cool because it's like a very well-known wrestling promotion. And yeah, lots of folks you see in WWE these days came from there. Their first big break there, like Seth Rollins or Kevin Owens. So yeah, it's a. And I really like that that later on they actually do the thing in the Ring of Honor show. So I think it was a pretty darn good move. But yeah, Ram agrees to the rematch, gives him a fist bump, and yeah, we're off to the races, or at least he thinks he is. And now, unfortunately, I have to skip the whole strip club scene because there's too much boobies, and I don't want to get banned from YouTube.
This movie is on HBO Max. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just it's worth a free week.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Metal, we fucked up. Why did we fuck up? Morbius is returning to theaters.
Hell yeah! I cannot wait to go back to the theater to watch that.
Morbin time.
I really want to go see it.
I wonder if that's gonna bite them in the ass because everyone's just memeing about it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It'll be really funny. And it's out of theaters again after 3 days. Somehow we lost money.
The Morb returns. Good stuff. Funny that it happened though. Right, okay, I have to skip the boobs. I'm sorry, guys. We have to skip the boobs.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sad face. Why are so many people DMing me right now?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I don't think there's any boobs here. No, this is where they go to the grocery. This is the Necro Butcher fight.
So they do make a specific mention in the strip club about battle scars.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting. There's also it's obvious foreshadowing, pretty much. There's also a Christ comparison where what's her name? Pam, the stripper.
Yeah.
Cassidy, whatever. She actually directly quotes the Passion of the Christ and then chastises Ram for having never watched it. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Although it was very ham-fisted like to be a Christ-like figure comparison, blah, blah, blah. I thought it was still good. I don't like how ham-fisted Marissa Tomei's like interjections are into the story or into the conversation, because usually it is an on nail on the head. I think at the very end of the movie, I think at an hour and 35 minutes, where she says whatever that dumb shit is in the hallway before his last fight. And I specifically wrote out, "This is for the dum-dums," because it spells out exactly what we have just watched and what we are about to see. And I feel that's all she does in most of this. It's disappointing.
Yeah.
But she's still fucking hot. And I think that makes up for it.
Yeah. Get this loop going here. Oh, nice puke. Right, so we see him getting some like medication and growth hormone stuff, and whatnot. So he can.
There's a scene around 26 minutes. The change in his pants go flying out of his pockets as he is like trying to get out of them. Which I don't know if you've ever been really, really drunk or really, really high and tried to take off your pants with change in your pocket. That shit fucking happens, okay? And it's fucking annoying. And it wasn't on screen. They decidedly put it into the movie with Foley art, and I think it's fantastic. It was a great choice. I don't know if it actually happened and they were just recreating, but it's good shit, because you know he's real fucked up on whatever he just bought from that guy.
Yeah. We also see Ram's cheeks at some point. I just skipped that one.
Yeah. He has Hank Hill butt.
Yeah, he works out. He gets his hair done. Goes to the Sun Studio. Yeah, just gets all these. Just make him look nice and not old, pretty much. Yeah, the same guy he got like the meds and stuff from. They go to a grocery store, and they just buy like random shit like pans and aluminum trays and whatnot. I think aluminum is a funny word. And
aluminium.
See, this is the funny thing. Some people say it one way or another. If you would have asked me, I would have said aluminium, because that's how we say it in German, aluminium. But then other people, I think, say aluminum. And I'm
aluminum. That's American.
Yeah, okay, there you go. It's just one of those things where I was like, okay, is someone going to say it if I say it this way or that way? I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Everybody gets it.
Yeah, I know.
The scene right now on the screen where he does the little heart palette things and buzzes the guy on the head, and then he does it to the storekeeper.
Yeah.
That's such a great moment. I love that. There's so many little moments of him just doing dumb shit and it happening to be on camera that were just put into the movie, and I like that.
Yeah.
I would hate to work with him, though.
And this is also how they actually get the stuff for those hardcore matches. Because you don't,
absolutely.
Because you don't want like actual hard steel cans and stuff, because then the match was gonna take about 15 seconds because someone's just gonna pass out. Yeah, it looks pretty cool when you do it, and it has like a good sound to it when you hit someone with it. So makes a lot of sense. So, yeah,
the pan specifically when he gets hit in the back and it snaps and it makes that great sound as it's falling through the air. That's perfect. That's a great item.
Yeah, no. Exactly. Oh, but German came out there. Just said, no, that rarely happens. Anyway. Yeah, they get all this stuff. It's just fun because you can see that Rams still pretty much likes all this stuff. Like, he's super into it. It's like, man, I love this shit. Then we see him, Ram, and Necrobutcher talk about their little match. What they want to do is like, oh, you cool staples and stuff. It's like, what do you mean? Like, a staple gun, I'm gonna staple you. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be fine.
Oh no, wait. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fine. Whatever that guy's voice is. It's so low down there.
Yeah, Necrobutcher.
He looks like
go ahead.
He looks like Oh, Screech. He looks like a bald Screech.
I don't know what that
You don't
means,
know
to
who
be honest.
Screech
It
is.
sounds funny though. I just laughed at
Okay.
Screech.
He's from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh no, you gotta watch Saved by the Bell. That's some good shit.
But yeah, Necrobutcher, actual hardcore ultra violence wrestler. He actually does wrestle like you see him here, with some fucked up jeans and no boots on.
Yeah.
Which is fucking mad because there's like glass and shit everywhere when they do those hardcore matches.
He's built for being homeless.
He is, yeah. I like
Yeah.
the little thing in the behind the scenes where he says like, "Yeah, I just stumbled into this."
Yeah.
Well, I went over there for a joke, and they beat the shit out of me for 4 hours, and at the end, they asked, well, are you coming back next week?
It's like, yeah, I
That's
guess.
how I came back next week, and that's how it happened.
Yeah. But it's just interesting that he agrees to this match because
Yeah.
still thinking he's good for that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Getting
Still
put
thinking
through
he
hell.
can take that shit. And the fuck, I had something. They're discussing ramping up the intensity.
Yeah.
Like they specifically say, "Do you want to ramp up the intensity?" And they're talking about it like it's drug use, which is kind of interesting. And I don't know if that's a fault of the writer or not.
Oh, okay.
Another interesting point about this movie is it was completely rewritten by Mickey Rourke, essentially, for all of his parts, because some of the scenes and some of the dialogue that they would have, like gym talk, some of that stuff, it didn't make any sense. So they had to rewrite it. Or at least he said, I don't think my character would ever say this because he's coming at it from a different point of view. And the writer's like, hey, that's fine. That you still get the point across. That's all that matters. And they kind of went for it, which I thought was really interesting. This movie, which feels like a documentary, is almost kind of like a documentary in a sense where nothing was planned.
Yeah.
And they kind of just captured whatever happened. And that kind of just adds to the weirdness of this movie. And like, but it feels like addiction.
Yeah.
It feels like he is, like in the comparison of porn addiction, he is now getting into scat porn or toilet face stuff, or like stepping on balloons, or that kind of shit, like the weird shit. This is that.
Yeah.
He just stapled a $5 bill to his forehead
Oh, yeah.
5 times throughout the week. They have to do this over and over and over again.
No problemo. Easy peasy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I actually like how they did this here because we start with the end of the match. He goes to the back, he gets like stitched up, and then we see while they stitch up the certain part, we see how it happened in the match. I pretty much I liked how they did this.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of the scars and stuff are prosthetics, practical. The only things that were fake were staples, unless they were actually being pulled out. Then they used real ones. And there is a scene in there where they're tearing out one of the staples on his fake chest piece, and it just kind of rips apart and fillets itself. And it's,
Oh, really?
it's pretty fucking gnarly. Yeah. I had a point here of like watching it felt like the doctors were just treating them like cattle. Like it was like a routine operation, just move them along.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I guess it kind of makes sense though. They're kind of like field medics in a sense. You just patch them up so they can get back out there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be fucking rough, man.
In the big leagues, in the big shows, they actually I think they always have like an actual ambulance on hold. I think, if I'm not mistaken, these days. But yeah, obviously on the small shows they just have someone there to stitch him up basically a little bit, put some glue on the thing. Yeah.
I feel like the cuts between the fight and the medical attention that they're getting it was very whiplashy and felt thrashing and like you're getting slapped across the face, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, going into a fight and then getting a small rest and then back into a fight. And it was paced in a way that it didn't feel weird. It felt like you were having a fight with the movie, kind of.
Yeah.
It was. I really enjoyed the editing in that section, and
Yeah. Me too.
when it goes to the backstage, it's more tripod, singular location, just pointing in a spot and letting whatever happen. It's very cool.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. As I said, it grew in me, especially in this one. I really like how they did this. And yeah, the nasty table spot through the barbed wire table. Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, after he get all patched up, you just see them sitting there for a while. And then he gets up, tries to get to his locker room, but he just stops, does a little vomit, falls down, and we cut to black. And now I have to renew the Lupenheimers. But yeah, we wake back up in the hospital. And he's not looking good. He's looking pretty bad.
No, he is not.
He
looks like shit.
Fucked up.
Yeah. There's a specific camera move that they'll use whenever they're looking at recent medical history or medical actions on RAM, where it'll be just the regular camera following whatever the action is that's happening. But when they go, for example, the syringe plunger to knock him out again, there is a manual zoom into the item, making it all like weird and telescopic, and then bringing it back after it's finished, and the anxiety would be gone when the medication kicked in. You see that weird focus that they just did on the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I feel as if they're trying to induce that anxiety feeling as you're watching it, because it's like a slow Hitchcock zoom where it's not a snap into focus. It's not like a spaghetti western. It's a, oh God, here it goes, and it's done.
Yeah.
They do that a couple different times. They do it again when he peels down his bandage to show his scar for the first time. Also, when they're at the place where he realizes he needs to retire, that old folk signature place. And I think they do it again later when something else medical happens. I don't remember what it is.
Right.
That's all I got.
But yeah, he gets put back down with the medical stuff, and then we see him just sitting on his bed trying to get up, but failing miserably because he's weak as shit. And we see the dog coming in, and wait, I just mixed up the things. Oh yeah, he asks the dogs like, oh, when can I go back to the gym, work out and stuff? And the dog tells him, oh, it's gonna be fine as long as it's moderate. And he tells him, well, I'm a professional wrestler.
I'm a professional wrestler, Doc.
What am I supposed to do? And yeah, he basically tells him that he needs to stop wrestling because he almost died, and next time he might not be as lucky. And yeah, he's clearly shaken, but he's trying to shrug it off and tells him, oh, thank you for all the good news. It's like, oh man.
Yeah. I feel like the turn and look back at the camera when he says,
but I'm a professional wrestler, Doc,
is like, you could plunk that into a recut of a trailer and portray this whole movie as a comedy just because of that one delivery line right there.
Yeah.
Or one line delivery. It feels so out of place, but I guess he's also coming from a sarcastic disbelief kind of way, which kind of makes sense, I guess. I just thought that was an interesting way to try and say that line if you're trying to look for anything extra in the way that it's said.
But yeah, old wrestler's going hard, almost dying, but all they can think of is going back to the world they know, the one thing they're good at. So, yeah, as you always said, it's like an addiction. It's like an addiction. They just want to go back, feel the crowd, go out and perform, because that's all they know. But yeah, no bueno. It's not gonna happen. Oh yeah, right. Let's see in my notes. Important.
Him running in the forest.
No, hang on. An important little detail when he's talking to the dog. Because he tells him, "Oh, Mr. Remzinski," or something along those lines. It's like, "Oh, call me Randy."
Oh yeah.
It's like, man, that's like super old school mentality from wrestling. Because they live their gimmick. It's like, oh, don't call me by my name. My name is Ram Jam, or I'm Macho Man.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, it's like crazy. Heels and baby faces, they didn't travel together, because that would have hurt the business. Because people still thought it was like real to some degree. Like not everyone was in the know like they were these days. They're like, oh, this is like real shit. Like they're beating the fuck out of each other. Because they just stayed in gimmick forever. I mean, just fucking look at The Undertaker. Only now that he's like properly retired, we get like Mark Calloway interviews and not like Undertaker stuff. Like the amount of times you've seen The Undertaker out of character during his like actual runs as a wrestler, they were like far from another. It's it's just a nice little detail, because it makes sense from his point of view.
Yeah. Very old school.
Yeah.
He I think he does do that a couple times. There's a name tag incident at work, and there's some like name recognition. Somebody knows his face when he's at the deli, and that whole scene is wild. I love that scene.
Yeah. But yeah, before he leaves the hospital, someone left a little envelope for him there with his pay for the show. Just saying in there, yeah, you deserve it. You killed it out there. You're a warrior, and you get like a couple of $100 for that. But yeah,
It was like a get well card kind of thing.
yeah, and with his pay that he hasn't received yet. Also, yeah, there's the scene where he looks at the wound. So go
And
wild.
there's that anxiety zoom.
Oh, I thought
and
you wanted to
then-
talk about the wound.
And then it's gone. And then it's back to normal.
Oh, okay. Gets paid from the promoter. Right, I said that already. He also throws away his tights in the hospital,
Well,
in the room.
He throws away his tights because they're cut up from the legs, because paramedics will cut your pants off and shit to get you into
Right.
whatever they need you into. So they basically destroyed his tights. So he's pissed and he throws his tights away. He doesn't throw them away because he's done then and there. He just had to throw them away because they were cut.
Okay, I didn't think about that. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, gotcha. But yeah, now he's just basically chilling in his trailer. He paid his landlord. Do you still call them landlords when they
Yes.
have a trailer park? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that might be like another term for that.
Park manager, lot manager,
Yeah,
doesn't really
yeah.
matter. Landlord. He had to pay him, so it'd be a landlord.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I thought that this scene
by the
would
way,
go
this is
somewhere else.
this is the first time I actually noticed he has a hearing aid. It's like
Oh
it's-
yeah.
But then I thought back, it's like, oh wait, when he first goes into the strip club, you see him do something to his ear, and I thought he was just scratching himself. I was like, oh shit, he takes out his hearing aid when he goes in there.
He either turned it off or took it out or something. Yeah. I thought that this scene was going somewhere else when he invited this kid back. I'm like, oh god, he's a pedophile too.
Oh my god, I didn't think that at all. Jesus.
But then like they're playing games immediately, and I'm like, oh, this is probably innocuous. And then it's all innocuous, and I'm just like, I've been watching too many movies. I watched Happiness recently, which is all about pedophiles.
Oh, great.
It kind of has like everyone's a pedophile. That's all I'm just gonna say. Fucking ugh. Ugh.
But yeah, he's just trying to recover from his thing. He sleeps a lot, and then he goes out for a jog in the woods. But he doesn't get very far. He immediately goes like, "Oh shit, I'm blown up. I can't do this," and he just stops and breathes really heavy.
Yeah. So this scene in particular in the forest is what really gave me the 80s vibes, because the film grain is just so dirty, and like it feels like the beginning of Silence of the Lambs when she's running through the forest there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really heavy film grain movie too. It just feels like it's something straight out of the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, the beater car just like giving into it even more. Like that old that fucking car, his car, whatever car that is like is quintessential deadbeat car, right?
Said a quintessential car? What?
A deadbeat car.
Oh,
Like
okay. Yeah.
Like you are on the verge of homelessness. This is your car.
Gotcha. Also entertain the people for 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Without being racist.
Oh, that's so difficult.
So anyway, about the pedophiles I was talking about. There's a movie called Happiness. It has a couple of famous people in it. It has Philip Seymour Hoffman in one of the roles, and not William H. Macy. It's a guy who I always confuse with William H. Macy. Anyway, it's all about like desires and urges and handling emotion and acting on it and not acting on it and all of these like deep, incredibly taboo ways of looking at sex and things. And it's just, there's a reason why there is no streaming service today that hosts the movie so other people can watch it, because it's a weird fucking movie, man, but it's pretty fucking good. Philip Seymour Hoffman is great. It's too bad he's dead. His son's a pretty good actor. He was in Licorice Pizza, if I remember right. It was a main actor in it. I really liked Licorice Pizza. I don't think there's a single Philip Seymour Hoffman movie I don't like. Nope, Pirate Radio.
Hello?
I don't think I like Pirate Radio. What's that?
I'm back. I have returned.
Oh, we were just talking about pedophiles. It's okay.
Oh, is that why someone asked about Kevin Spacey?
Mm-hmm.
Someone asked him about the MGF promo. Oh, that shit was fire, dude. It was a good promo. It's fucking amazing.
Metal Jacket Foursome promo.
Sure.
Michael Jackson 5 promo.
Okay, stop it. Stop. No.
McDonald's Jefferson Franklin promo.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
My Jiffy Flumpus promo. All right, I'm out.
Anyway, he goes back to the strip club. And tells,
thank God, too, because you get some big, beautiful gumdrop nipple. Anyway.
Yeah. I wish I could just show the boobies. You know what? I wish I could
It's
show
art.
them, but I can't.
It's art.
Just
do it by accident.
by accident. After saying it, I'm just gonna do it by accident, guys. Don't tell YouTube. Yeah, tells her that he had a heart attack, and he wants to meet in the van just to talk alone. And she basically tells him, you should call his family. Specifically,
What minute mark are we at?
Sorry.
What minute mark in the story are we at? Are you around like minute 52?
I mean, not on my screen right now. Hang on.
No.
It's like shortly
go on.
after. Hang on. The strip club scene starts at.
I don't have much on the strip club scene, and I'm trying to find where we are.
Oh yeah, it's like. If we go by my notes, it's like 45-ish. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. I don't have anything until 52. 52 is another... Go ahead.
Right. Hang on. I guess just let it run because you can't see anything anyways. Right, so they talk in his van just about what's happening. It's like, oh, you should call family, you should be with them. So you should call your daughter. It's like, yeah, I guess I should.
Oh,
and then he... Huh?
This fucking scene. This bitch gives the worst fucking advice to him. The worst advice. I feel like she's purposefully trying. The first time you watch it, you almost feel like she's trying to sabotage the daughter's relationship. It's such bad fucking advice because she doesn't know Ram as much as Ram thinks she knows him. And I think that scene in particular, and when they actually go and try and purchase the coats, is a huge pointer to that. Where she has no idea who he is, and he has no idea who she is.
Yeah.
Because they are two totally different people outside of their jobs, in their real life, but all that shit seeping into their real life. Now it's all fucked. It's all fucked.
Yeah. But yeah, he goes to try to call her. I think that's where he uses the payphone that you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
And we get to know that he never went to a single birthday of her, and she probably doesn't even know when it is. Yeah. And then he basically decides to just go back to wrestling because that's all he knows. And that's what he's good at. And he's going to feel good doing it, even though it's going to kill him. And then we get the meet and greet scene. Yeah, there's not really a lot to talk about in between. Just he tries to talk to his daughter.
There's more anxiety zooms.
Yay.
I did want to say that the cinematography in this scene specifically feels like it's a reality show in a way that it's a pre-produced reality show where things are happening and being captured as if they would be in real time, and it's just happening, but it's still probably pre-produced. But I think the effect that they're going for is fucking nailed in the meet and greet scene.
Yeah,
it's probably one of the best in the movie, I would say.
Yeah, I'd say I should probably specify he tries to call her, doesn't reach her, and then just drives up to her house, and then tries to talk to her, and she's like, "No, fuck off," basically.
Appropriate response. Really.
Yeah, you haven't been here this whole time. Now you want to be here, so I can take care of you. Fuck no, get out of here. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Clickety clack. But yeah, now we get the old folks home. I don't want to call it. No, he goes to like a place where they do a meet and greet, and there's like a bunch of old wrestlers there. Like they all have, like one of them is in a wheelchair. Some of them have like a like one of those piss bags.
Rear trailing camera again.
I can't recall the proper name of the piss bag, but piss bag is funnier anyways, so I'll keep the piss bag.
Piss bag?
Yeah, one of them has like on his leg like a bag where they piss in.
Oh, I totally missed that. A catheter?
Yeah. Oh, that's like actually pretty similar to the German word.
Yeah, I think it's catheter. Or piss bag.
Yeah, I like piss bag. But catheter makes sense because it's catheter in German, so
yeah, that'd be it.
That's probably right. But yeah, he just looks around at some point and just realizes, oh man, that's me now. I had this heart surgery and whatever. I can't do shit no more. And he doesn't really like it. He doesn't like it one bit.
No, he hates it. yeah, it's like this is a come to Jesus moment for him, basically.
Yeah, he realized like he's most likely done. He needs to do something
Pretty
else
heavy.
unless he wants to die. Or he's gonna die rather. This is more strip club scene. Damn it! Let me look at the strip club. I think this is just her having. Let's see. Oh yeah. We see Cassidy having trouble getting customers again, which is fucking bullshit.
Agreed.
But Ram is also
I would
here.
give her all
and-
my money.
Yeah, tells her about the daughter, what happened. And then he's like, oh, maybe I can get my daughter something special. But he has no clue what she likes because he basically never talked to her.
He does a really good job of dancing around that topic, of admitting that he has no idea what his daughter is even like.
Yeah.
I doubt he even remembers her middle name, kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh man, that's kind of awkward.
That's pretty fucked. It's pretty fucking fucked.
It is. Yeah, Cassidy looks at the bar, or looks around the bar. It's like, this kind of sucks anyways. So here, just let's meet up tomorrow or something, and I'll help you pick something out. I know this place that sells clothes or something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Help me shop for my daughter, basically.
yeah. Now let me get to the next scene. There's just going to be a lot of character stuff now, which is not awful. It's just okay, I think. So-
Yeah, it's very obvious. You know exactly where it's going. The feelings that you feel will not be surprising.
Yeah.
It may resolve differently. It may go unresolved, but it's still interesting. I guess this is a spoiler anyway. It's interesting that whole storyline with his daughter ends with him being a true and utter failure.
Yeah.
And that being the catalyst to him continuing with his career is probably, I mean, truthfully, the only thing that I could even see getting him to do that again. Oh, there's nudity on the screen, by the way. You're going to have to cut that out.
There's no cutting out. There's a live stream.
You couldn't see it. It was behind the Metals Forge stuff.
I know.
So what was I saying?
But probably want to change the loop just in case, because YouTube can be weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
I don't remember. What were we talking about?
Oh, he's just now back at the shop, asks for more work.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, oh, yeah, no, weekend works now. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, this is the joke where this is the time when he says, oh, you're not going to sit in other men's faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he gets some work at the deli counter, because that's all he got right now for work. Because he wants to do more work so he can get his daughter something special. Oh yeah, and he catches him watching porn, which is funny, I guess. I don't know, I found it scene kind of weird to be in here.
Yeah, it feels weird. Like the whole... Yeah, but it fits his character, I guess. But it's also, like, really fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
But it's also 2008. And 2008 was pretty fucking weird, man. So,
Yeah.
I mean... Matt Lauer had a button, you know?
Also, I got kind of annoyed at this point that he's still wearing this weird broken-ass jacket.
Oh, yeah. The jacket is, like, sewn up with a shoelace and duct tape.
And duct tape. I was like, what the fuck?
It's so wild.
I don't believe that you take so much care of your hair and body, but don't get like $20 to get like a jacket. It's like, I don't know.
That $20 has to go to Marissa Tomei.
Ooh. Fair
You know that.
enough. I am convinced.
Mm-hmm.
Right, there you go. But yeah, he gets the job there, and then he meets up with Cassidy, or Pam, which is her real name. Her non-stripper name, not her real name in real life. Anyway.
Bingo. Yeah.
So yeah, they go pick up something at the store for his daughter, and he looks at something like super 80s, like a bright green jacket.
It's like a bowling jacket.
It looks like ring gear.
Yeah, it's rough.
It looks like ring gear.
It's homemade, guaranteed. it is.
It's got an S on it for Stephanie.
Stephanie.
It's for Stephanie. It's a good joke, huh?
Yeah.
And then, oh my god, when first time watching this movie, he goes back to his daughter, gives the gift.
I was like, no.
I shit my pants with anger, and you have failed as a father. And then he does the second gift with the real coat.
Yeah.
And
good job.
Oh, you sly dog.
Good job.
He did a good job. And then he's a piece of shit again in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's all for naught.
Yeah, so they go pick something up in the store, which I think is like a 70s, 80s store, if I'm not mistaken. Because
it's a thrift store.
It's just a thrift store? Okay.
Yeah,
it just says 70s.
A general, like, second hand shop.
Yeah. It just says 70s and 80s there, so I thought it was like a specialized shop or something.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe.
Yeah.
There are shops like that, now that I think about it. They have, like, specialized attire.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Doesn't
It's
really
all
matter.
secondhand
Just realized she says that just now on the thing.
Vintage.
Yeah. Pam just says, "Oh, just go with your gut." It's like, "Oh, thank you for helping me," I guess. They have some more banter. He gives her a figurine or an action figure of himself for her son.
Yes.
And he's just kind of kidding around. So it's worth $350. Like, oh, is it really? It's like, nah. It's like, and then they go have a beer. Where we see her kid. She's looking to move somewhere cheaper. That she's about to quit the job. They have some more banter, just having a dance to some 80s music. It's like, yeah, it's great.
Is the same song that he walks out to?
Is it? I legit don't remember.
I think. I don't remember. She makes a comment of saying, I've done plenty of dances to this song.
Okay.
Because it's a very popular strip song. And he may walk out to that song. I don't remember what the song is, but it's in that same vein. It's the 80s. And now he's dancing for her instead, which I thought was very cute.
Yeah. And then they have
But he fucks it up.
they have a little kissy kiss. She says, no contact with the customer, even though I'm dripping wet. I mean,
if you watch what's on the screen now, eventually after the kiss, he says,
I said one drink,
that you
we're
just
having a one drink.
and then she necks it.
yeah.
And when I mean she necks it, she arches her chin, straightens out her throat, and chugs
Yeah.
that fucking beer neck to ass so fucking hot. So hot.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I had to say.
Yeah, no, I agree. Also, she's drinking a Rollin' Rock, which I know from.
Nice light.
No, I know that one from the Angry Video Game Nerd. That's always the one he drinks in his old videos.
Watch her neck it.
Okay, I guess that little trivia wasn't very interesting. Gotcha.
Well, I mean, Rolling Rock is basically water, so
I didn't even know the beer. I just noticed it because I know it from Angry Video Game Nerd.
It's very college beer.
Okay, fine. Jeez.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's great. It's the best beer I've ever had.
That's not what I'm saying. Fucking piece of shit. Yeah, she leaves.
She does leave.
Yeah, she leaves. It's like, no, customer. Blah, 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 blah.
Give me your money.
He starts this job at the deli counter, and this is where the name tag is. No, it says Robin. It's like, oh, why does it say Flumbus, Ram Jam or something?
Yeah, it's supposed to say Randy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be said Randy. It's like, no, it's all we have. It's like,
Well,
fuck
it's a
off.
mix up.
And then we get another one of these shots where we see him walk towards the deli counter.
This is where they splice in the crowd noises.
Yeah, this is the one I noticed as well. And he stops in front of it, and it looks like the curtains before you go out to the show.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, it's like
More over-the-shoulder camera. Like I said, there's a lot of this specifically. Him just walking through places, and it just pinned to his back like it's like he's just walking out for a show. I think it's just a really cool idea.
yeah, because
It's really good.
I think they also want to portray to you as like, oh, he's like nervous because he has to work with
yeah.
customers, and he's very concerned he's gonna be seen here by a fan.
It's game time.
It is game
Showtime.
time. Yeah, he's just standing there, and then he, boom, goes out, and there you go. We're off to
then
deli
that-
counter stuff.
That fucking music. Like that typical grocery store music. It goes into the crowd cheering and everything, and then it just snaps into like mundane reality
Yeah,
of him just womp womp following through the motions.
yeah.
And then
Just see him
eventually
going through his
I guess he picks
day-to-day
it up.
on the deli counter.
Yeah. He likes it. I think he likes it.
Yeah, he gets into it after a while. He's just because he realized, oh, it's like talking to people, basically like fans.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have some fun with it while we're at it. It's like, oh, just fucking around. It's like, oh, this is great. But yeah, not a whole bunch to say. We just see what he does now, and he just goes through the motions, starting to enjoy it. We see that he gets shown what to do, put the chicken in there, turn it down, open it up, get it out. Yeah, just showing us what he's doing now. And right after we see him call just all the promoters he still had dates with. Where he was supposed to wrestle.
The customers and some of the employees that are in the deli are actually real people who were real customers in that store that day.
Yeah.
Who agreed to be in camera, and some of the employees too. There's only like really truly 3 main actors in this film, and then the rest are either wrestling dudes or nobodies, or like just civilians.
Yeah. I remember that from the behind the scenes as well. It's kind of interesting that they did it that way. It's pretty neat. So yeah, he calls all the promoters, tells them, "Oh no, I'm done. I'm retiring." And this includes the big rematch they have planned. It's like, "Oh, come on, man. Are you sure? I already got I think Ayatollah is called Bob or something. Like it's like the most normal name. I already booked his flight and everything." He's like, "Yeah, sorry, no, I'm done. I can't do it." And yeah, he's pretty much on board with the whole retirement now. He starts to have fun with his job there on the deli counter, just interacting with people. It's pretty neat. He is starting to enjoy himself, just starting to go back into a normal life, if you will.
Well, a civilian life maybe, but I think
civilian
that
life, yeah.
I feel like this scene also pinpoints how rash he is in decision making, maybe, and how he might be more impulsive than he leads himself on to be, and that may be how he got into this predicament in the first place. So, like, can you say that this is the right move for him to do? It feels good in the moment, and it feels like it's the right thing.
Yeah.
But, like, he falls right back into it
Yeah,
because he can't function. He's not a human being anymore. He is Ram.
he is Ram. Yeah, exactly.
He's been Ram for the past 35 years.
Can't just go to a normal thing because later he just goes back to watch a show and then he goes partying and then just goes back into his old habits and fucks up the thing he just kind of built back up. But yeah, we'll get there shortly because now we get because he's been working on the deli counter. He got all the cash needed to get some presents for his daughter. Let me just go there real quick. Click. I think I was there. There you go. So yeah, he goes to visit the daughter. It's like, oh, what do you want? It's like, oh yeah, I got something for you. And instead, he gives her the green ugly shirt we've seen before. It's like, oh, you idiot. And it's like, nah, actually, I got you the other gift. And it's like the coat that I think Pam suggested first.
Yes, it was a pea coat, a black, like a wool coat.
And yeah, she accepts it. She's actually surprised. It's like, oh, that's neat. And they just go out to their old favorite place.
I didn't know we had a favorite place.
And it's like, I don't remember
you'll
this.
remember it when
It's like,
you see it.
well, I remember. And at some point, they just have a walk and they have a little sit down on it's like a pier or something.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, and then we get some pretty fucking great acting by Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
Because he pours his heart out to her and just says that I was supposed to be the one who makes it all good, but I didn't. You never did anything wrong, and she didn't deserve what I did. Now I'm old and broken. I'm an old, broken down piece of meat and all alone, and he deserves to be all alone. But he just doesn't want her to hate him. It's like, ugh, good stuff. Oh, okay. I thought you had something to say.
No, I agree.
Okay, I thought something was coming because I heard some sounds, but then nothing followed, so I was confused.
No.
But yeah, they start to walk away. She embraces him, just have a little hug, basically. Takes his arm, and she kicks in a door. They have a little dance in like an abandoned, I don't know, is it a theater warehouse thingy?
Oh, one thing that I noticed around this time in the film was how the editing handles time and progressing time. It feels like there are large chunks of time where nothing happens and they're purposefully cut out of the movie. But you can tell that it's pretty much still the same shot. It was just like they jump cut in time, like what an actual jump cut should be. One moment was when she was on the bus the first time, getting off the bus, meeting her dad with the present. She says, "What are you doing here?" Well, she's on the bus at first, actually gets up and starts to walk off. And then there's a jump cut snap to her basically directly in front of her dad, skipping that whole walk up there. There's also walking segments where they're both walking maybe hand in hand or they're on their way to something when the camera is just on a tripod and it'll just snap them from one side of the screen to the other basically because it's just skipping that time. It's showing that it existed. It's just nothing that important happened in it. So we're just going to cut that out. Yeah. And it feels like a highlight reel maybe sometimes, just cutting out all the extra fat. But that's also kind of just editing in general. That's what you're just supposed to do. But the way that this feels, it feels more like it's a single string of film that they're shortening down instead of like giving it different angles and different weird shit. It's just cutting out time.
Yeah, it's not like
that was interesting. Like they're losing time. They've lost time this whole time.
It's not like in Matrix Resurrections where someone said to Neo, "Oh, I need you to tell you about this thing," and then they cut to a completely different place, which could be miles away, and then they start talking.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh, I do. That movie was really bad. Matrix Resurrections, the new one.
Was that the
Ooh.
one where they started talking around the well?
It could be. I just know they started talking where they first meet, and then they cut to somewhere completely different, and I guess they just didn't talk for this whole time. It was really bad. That movie was really fucking
Oh,
bad.
when they first meet Black Guy and they jump from one location to another, and they're like, okay, let's continue that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that
So
now.
that movie was fucking dog
That's
shit,
so
dude.
bad. I can't believe I saw that shit in theaters.
Oh my god.
Oh, I got COVID for that shit.
Great. Worth it?
No.
Not really. But yeah, then they have like they make a date for a dinner on Saturday. Yeah.
Father of the Year at this point.
Yeah, it does pretty well. It's like, oh man, this is going well. I'm sure nothing bad is gonna happen, right?
Definitely nothing bad, yes.
Oh, good.
I
good.
agree.
Oh, lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then we get more boobs. Was pretty good.
Yeah, thank God.
Big fan of the boobs.
Mm-hmm. Movie's getting a little dry. I needed tits.
Need some tatas.
You need to add a little cream, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe some peaches,
Some peaches.
some cinnamon.
Oh, I like cinnamon. Cinnamon's great.
Cinnamon, peaches, and granola.
But yeah, Ram just basically goes back, talks to Cassidy. It's like, oh wait, well, I think we have something going on here. And then he basically gets angry and annoyed that she apparently can't do that, and gives her some money and tells her to dance like aggressively. Come on, dance, just do a thing. And then she refuses. They cuss at each other, and then he leaves. And he gets like basically, I don't know, escorted out by the security guy, by the big lad. He's like, "Come on, Ram, just get out of here." Yeah, he drives back home. Oh yeah, he drives home, but instead of going back into his trailer, he goes to visit a show, a wrestling show, because he just wants to
Oh, yeah.
go hang out. And he looks longingly at the wrestling. He's like, man, I wanna do that again. That's just great. That shit doesn't annoy me. But yeah, right after the show, it's like, oh, you want to hang out with the boys, go some partying? It's like, oh yeah, let's do just a little bit party, and then you have some drinks, and then they have
party.
a lot of cocaine. He starts talking to a girl, and they just straight up bang in the public bathroom. Not even in a cubicle, just fucking on the counter.
Yeah, right in front of the mirror. It's fucking great. You get to see them fucking twice in the same frame.
And then someone comes in and is like, oh, get a room. That fucking...
It is out of nowhere.
That shot is so out of nowhere. I was like, oh, okay, Jesus. I don't know if I needed that.
It's very similar to the out of nowhere-ness of the porn shot in the manager's office. Yeah.
No, also he talks to R-Truth here, which is also at WWE right now. Super funny guy. He's like super entertaining. But yeah, there's just more actual wrestlers in here. It's just nice to see that they got some stuff going on. But yeah, they have like some bangarang, if you will. Oh god, I clicked. I clicked for the movie and like clicked exactly on the part where they bang in front of the mirror. It's like, god damn it. But yeah, he wakes up somewhere, which I think might be the house of the girl he banged.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's fireman posters on the walls.
Yeah,
and there's a fireman's jacket hanging up next to the bed. So presumably he was a fireman the other night.
Yeah, he was a fireman. He was having a good time.
And they fucked hard.
Yeah.
She walks funny.
Yeah, he's pretty happy with what happened. He's like, oh, I had a good time. That was great. I was gonna go have a little nap. But
Oh yeah.
it's Saturday. And
Dum dum dum.
and he wakes up at night. And it was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh shit.
I've done that. I have fucked random women and woken up 16 hours later.
Nice. Right, so he drives immediately to her place, like, oh, I'm sorry, didn't mean to do this.
I'm a bad dad.
I'm a bad
I'm
dad.
sorry, daughter. Love me.
No, please.
You're the only thing I have.
But she blatantly tells him, like, this is permanent, this is broken, there's no fixing
yeah.
this anymore. You fucked it up completely. I never want to see you again.
She loses all emotion.
Yeah.
And she just turns to him and looks him dead in the face while tears are streaming down her eyes or down her face. I do not want to talk to you. I do not want to see you.
Mm-hmm.
I do not want to know you exist for the rest of my life.
Yeah. It's like,
It's
yeah.
good. Oh, it's so fucking heavy. So heavy.
I'd forgotten Truth was in this. Cesaro is somewhere in the back there later on as well. Notice that. Sorry, go ahead.
The dad-daughter relationship and the father's relationship with himself in being a bad dad or feeling like he has been inadequate for his daughter, which is totally warranted because he was a piece of shit.
Mhm.
So like he should feel bad.
Yeah.
I hope. In fact, I hope he feels bad.
Yeah.
So he feels bad with that. That kind of shit always hits home to me. Like just somebody who tried their best and thought that they were doing the right thing, and it all just still falls apart around them,
Yeah.
and there's nothing that they can do. Gets my dick real hard.
Oh, nice. I don't think that's supposed to happen.
Sorry, my brain dick. It gets my brain dick. real hard.
Oh, the think tank.
Yeah.
Do. Right.
Other part of daughter conversation.
Yeah.
It's very clear that Ram does not does not have the emotional intelligence to understand anything that's happening, or like be able to fathom how much of a fucked up thing this is that he has done,
Mm-hmm.
or he knows full well and he is just handling it terribly.
Yeah.
Which it could be either. It fits his character either way. But he is truly the worst father.
Oh yeah, he's not.
So bad.
That's a bad. He's yeah. It's bad. Claudio. Oh right, in that point he wasn't Cesaro. It was Claudio Castagnoli.
Gesundheit.
Danke. Porcus must have a quite enlarged think tank. Oh boy.
My think tank is throbbing.
Throbbing.
It's engorged with thoughts.
So much thinkings. But yeah, this shit is broken. We don't see her again. Then we see him back at the deli counter. He's like, yeah, I can do this. He's like an annoying customer. Says, bit more, a bit less, a bit more.
So, Courage the Cowardly Dog has a scene
Mm-hmm.
where Muriel is younger or has been hit with like a brain ray or something. And have you seen the show?
No.
All right, so it's an American cartoon show, I suppose. I thought it was international, but I guess it's just American. Courage the Cowardly Dog. There's a scene where they're on a plane and the dog is making macaroni for Muriel, which is this old woman who was turned into a child brain, I think. And they do this whole thing where it's like, no, it needs more cheese. It needs less cheese, more noodles, less cheese, more cheese. It's this whole back and forth thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that was like 2002. This is 2008. I am saying that this writer is a hack and a fraud. Anyway, that's all.
Right, so he does his work, and then it's like, some customers, don't I know you? Like, aren't you Ram Jam? He's like, no, that's not me. And he just keeps pestering him. And
I know you from somewhere. You a Teamster?
Yeah, he starts cutting something on the on the meat cutter, and just gets distracted more and more, and he cuts right into his finger, and there's like blood on his hand. It's like
Specifically, the deli slicer.
yeah, the deli
He put
slicer.
His
Yeah.
hand is his palm down into the deli slicer. The behind the scenes, I'm sure you know this,
Yes.
does show the practical effect of him having his hand cut when really it's just a tube that the guy is holding in his hand and using his thumb to cover up where the exit is for that tube.
Yeah.
And then it just pumps over his fingers and drips. It's a super cool, easy effect, but it makes sense for him to slam it into the deli slicer because that's probably just going to end up being a superficial wound anyway.
Mhm.
He's done this shit for so long. He went through that Blood Bowl match, whatever that thing's called. He could do this. He could slice up his hand a little bit. Well, who cares? What's a little blood?
Yeah.
And
Pussy.
then, yeah, exactly. It's fucking pussy shit not doing it. So he slices his hand and then he starts to make a huge show of it.
Yeah.
And he's going around the whole back room of the deli, just smacking things off like fucking Marlon Brando, like he's some hot shit. And then he takes his hand full of blood and wipes it across his face again, like Marlon Brando. And it's like, actually, it's kind of weird that I've been able to reference Marlon Brando so much with this guy.
Oh.
But it's so fucking good because you know he's just channeling that showmanship
Yeah. Yeah.
that I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm going to go out in style and I'm going to make sure they know it was Randy who worked the deli.
Exactly.
Good shit.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
You're welcome.
Yeah. No, you. Yeah, and then
I would say that's almost the climax, though. Him having that break into, do I want to do this for the rest of my life? I may as well just kill myself in the ring kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's where that idea takes hold in his brain, and there's really no turning back at this point. What's the minute mark on this movie at this point?
I'm currently at 131.
Yeah, 131. I think the movie ends at around an hour 40, an hour 45 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a whole lot of movie left. But there's enough movie left where you're like, what could he possibly do? There's how he now. What, is he just going to train to kill himself? What's going to happen? But the other part is, it's like there's not enough time for him to turn that idea around. So you know he's dying in the ring. You just don't know how or when or what he's going to do, or is it going to be with like a piano wire and he's going to jump from the top rope and snap his neck off? That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. But yeah, right after that scene, we see him call the promoter for the Ayatollah match. It's like, yeah, tell Bob I'm back in. It's like, oh, I don't have any money to pay you. It's like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, I'll do it for free. I just want to go back in the ring. It's like, all right.
Yeah. That I thought was super interesting. Was
Yeah.
that was the nail in the proverbial coffin of he knows he's going to die at this point.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Yeah.
need the money.
He gets ready for this match. He's tanning, starts lifting, all that good stuff. We cut to Pam for a little bit. We'll see the son playing with the action figure. She goes on to Ram and apologizes. But he's like, no, it's fine. Tells her he has a match and you should come by and watch it. And she's like, oh, but you're gonna die. It's like, yeah, whatever.
I know. She's like, but you're hot. You're hot, Remy.
Yeah.
You're hot.
You little dingus. Yeah, he drives up to the venue. He listens to a song. I don't remember which one.
Let me see. Doesn't say. It is. I want to say it's his walk-in music, or his original walk-in music from earlier in the film.
Might be, yeah.
And then this is something different.
But yeah, he goes
Death is
into
overrated.
the
You're
venue, the Ring of Honor venue, and then he meets up with Bob / Ayatollah / Ernest the Cat Miller from back in the WCW days.
So he was a wrestler?
Yeah, he's a proper wrestler.
He felt like a wrestler.
I think he is an agent or like a coach in WWE these days.
Sure.
Let me actually check. I'm not sure. Ernest, not Ernesto.
Hemingway.
The Cat Miller. What are you up to, big boy? Almost 60. Goddamn. Retired 2017, so he did the thing for a while.
I actually followed. What's his name?
There was almost boobs on my screen. That was close.
Very, very close. Oh!
It's about to turn around. Oh.
It's such a great scene too. She's so fucking hot. What's this guy's name? I followed this guy on Twitter recently. I can't believe he's still alive.
I'm
Where is
sorry.
he? There he is. The Iron Sheik.
Iron Cheek. Oh,
He's
yeah.
on Twitter. He's got a fire Twitter.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome.
It's so fucking good.
Fucking
all
Hulk Hogan
capitals, and all he
gonna
does is
break his
complain about
neck,
your
make him
lazy
humble.
ass. Yeah.
Good luck and good night, jabroni.
It's great.
What
Let's
are you
see.
doing sitting on your fat ass and not doing anything about your life? You lazy, pasty motherfucker.
Let's see. What is he doing? Doesn't say here on the thing. I don't know.
Oh, there's
Maybe
there's
it's
another
just-
medical anxiety Zoom at around an hour 28.
Not nice.
Fuck you too.
Cheeky baby. Yeah. All right. Okay, let me put that last loop-de-loop in here.
Oh, can you make sure? Can you actually pull the audio for the from the movie and play just the line that she says in the hallway as he's walking out to the fight? The line for the dum-dums at around an hour 35.
That might actually come up. I don't know. What did she say?
She says something stupid. I don't remember exactly what it is. It was so stupid, it immediately left my brain.
Okay.
It was like, all of this work that you put in, and you're just going to go out there and give it all up. And it's like, oh my God, what the fuck?
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, that's exactly what he's going to do, you idiot.
It's
You're ruining this.
Show me your tits.
But yeah, this is where we already said where he talks like, oh, what do we want to do tonight? It's like, you're the face, I'm the heel. I was like, yep, that's old school. They just call it in the ring. I like my notes. It just goes like, oh yeah, it's old school. It means that Bob's gonna lead the match because that's how it goes. Blah blah blah. And then the next slide says, more on May's ass.
Not wrong. All right, hang on. Okay, I think I've kind of got the scene. I'm going to find the exact line.
I mean, they're just talking before he's going out, so.
Oh, it's in Swedish.
It's like, yeah, but I'm here. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
It's too late now.
But my heart. But your heart. Your heart, it can't take it. But the doctor.
Yeah.
Don't you forget what happened an hour ago in the movie? The doctor.
The doctor.
The world doesn't give a shit about me.
Yeah, but she.
I'm here.
And she doesn't even
now.
stick around. She doesn't even stick
No, she
around.
doesn't. She fucking
leaves.
foot bails.
Fucking bitch. Anyway, another nice little tidbit: the ring announcer is the actual Ring of Honor ring announcer, Bobby Cruz. He's really good.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I like that they kept the ring announcer as well. It's good stuff. But yeah, we're on our last legs here. Not super much to talk about. We just basically get the match between Ayatollah and Ram Jam.
For this, I thought it was kind of interesting in the behind the scenes that this speech was pretty much written by Mickey Rourke.
Oh, I didn't even catch that they
and-
said that. That's interesting.
Yeah, this end speech, he basically took it over and made it his own. So he's not necessarily talking about the wrestling world, but he is talking about the entertainment industry in general.
Ah.
And if you put that kind of spin on it, and you just, even if you say he's talking about the wrestling world within the story, the crowd cheering and chanting that on is like so fucking sad.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just tragedy unfolding. And as he goes on, we know that what he's saying is very sad and true, and it's exactly what he's going through, and it hurts.
Yeah.
But they are there. You got to keep going. You got to keep doing this to your body, buddy, or else no one gives a shit about you.
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, it makes my dick real hard.
It's a good promo. It's a really good promo he's doing.
Yeah.
Because I've heard promos like that before from like actual wrestlers. So yeah, good job. Impressed. Good stuff.
The original script, prior to Mickey Rourke getting involved, is online on the IMDb script database.
Oh, okay.
So if you're interested, I did go back and I did look at some of the changes that they mentioned in the behind the scenes that he rewrote, like some of the father-daughter stuff, the peer stuff, and this speech.
Okay.
It is very different. Like the scenes themselves are very different too. Like there's a whole scene where they're in the car together. When the daughter and him first meet, there's a whole scene where they're in the car together he takes her to school instead, and they have the whole conversation while he's driving instead of her just taking off.
Okay.
And reading through it, it feels like a totally different movie, and it would not have worked. And the changes that they did make worked so fucking well.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Very nice. So yeah, we just get the match between the two. We hear them call it the ring. They just give themselves some spots they do. It's like do this, do that, do this. Pretty well made. I liked it a bunch. And they go for a while, and then at some point Ram's heart starts acting up. It's like, oh shit. He's not doing well. He's doing pretty badly. And nice little touch as well. Because Ayatollah realizes he's not doing well. He's like, oh, just bring it home. He's trying to stop the match because he realizes something's wrong with Ram Jam. But he refuses. No, I'm gonna do my finishing move.
Ayatollah is a more maybe like well-adjusted potential of Ram, what he could have been.
Oh yeah,
if he had gone and done something else, because this guy comes from car sales.
Yeah, exactly.
He
started doing
he did something else.
That's also a lot of things too. Like a lot of wrestlers from back in the day, or like even current ones, that just do it like here and there, or they had like a couple of years a run in WWE because they're like second generation wrestlers, like sons from other ones. And they did it like for a couple of years, and it's like, I just want to do something else, and they just go do, I don't know, television sales or marketing or whatever the fuck. So yeah, there's they go all kinds of ways. The wrestlers.
One thing that I found really interesting, was the writer. His last name is Siegel.
Yeah.
He was originally a writer for The Onion.
I saw that. Yeah.
And he wrote the original script and screenplay. So basically, I mean, it's the same beat for beat what it was going to be. The original vision is still pretty much there. It's just there's like little things that were made better. But the main idea, being from the perspective of a niche culture, really makes sense coming from an Onion writer. Because I feel like those writers for a time were genius. And then history got fucking weird after a bit, and everything seems like satire now. But yeah, good shit. Real good shit. And just, I guess, another point I had was all of the fights were basically authentic. There's a couple of scenes where Ram will dip out and a stunt double will pop in, sometimes within the same shot, because they'll dip out of frame, do a roll, and
Yeah.
then the stunt double comes in the same shot. And that is fantastic filmmaking.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking good.
Did it really well.
Specifically the slap scene. That was one. So they start with it on Mickey's face, and then it turns, and then somebody passes in front of it, and they use that as an opportunity to cut, get Mickey out, put the stunt double in, and then they start actually slapping each other's faces.
Yeah.
Because the stunt for Mickey is also a wrestler. I forget what his name is though.
American Kid or something.
Yes.
I didn't know this
Yeah.
guy at all.
I didn't know him either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he looks very similar to like in stature.
Very
so
similar build, similar height, same hair.
Same hair.
It was
made a
pretty
lot
wild.
of sense.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's good shit.
we're getting to the end. He's doing his finisher quite literally.
He's finishing all over him.
He said, "Oh no, you're watching the wrong movie."
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, whoa, whoopsie.
I was watching The Wrestlers.
Oh.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's
he's preparing
much
for his
darker.
for his finisher called the Ram Jam. He's perking up, and he's signaling it, starting to tear up.
Nacho Libre Flying Eagle ending, yes.
I mean, he's starting to fly right here. He jumps, and then
He literally Flying Eagle jump endings, yeah.
we cut to black.
Oh, it's so fucking good. If you listen to the audio all through this fight, there are a lot of anxiety cues with like thumping, rhythmic thumping, irregular thumping. There's a lot of scratchy noises. There's a lot of like heartbeat sounds that are very irregular, a lot of muffled background tones, a lot of that shit that just makes you feel disoriented. And as he's climbing up those rungs to do the final jump, there's really not much sound anymore. There's just a very faint ringing in his ear with a heartbeat, and the rest of it's all muddled and mellow as he takes his leap. And then sound and audio cut out at that black. Or sound and visuals, sorry.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah, I really like those scenes. They're
Spicy.
really nice. But yeah,
I prefer it ended with a gunshot, but that's just me.
he just jumps and then you hear your gunshot. It's like,
Yeah,
huh?
and then it cuts to black.
It's like makes no sense at all. It's like, what's just a random
But now we at
gunshot.
least know he's dead.
That would be a disqualification for Ayatollah right there. You can just shoot your enemy. But yeah, that's the movie. Really good. I enjoyed it greatly.
Yeah.
I don't really care that much for the whole Cassidy scene, this relationship. I don't know. It's there. It's not awful. I was like, yeah, we have
It's
that.
a framework to hang more of Mickey's woes on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's another reason. It's another item to torture him with, basically.
Oh yeah, and they do torture him quite a bit.
Oh,
and he
yeah.
tortures himself quite a bit.
Oh yeah, but he loves it.
Yeah, and
He's
I
a
love
glutton for punishment. That whore.
that or quote unquote relationship. Yeah,
They don't even fuck.
yeah. I mean, he tried.
He and Marissa Tomei do not fuck once in this whole movie.
Yeah, what a fucking idiot.
What an idiot.
Exactly.
We got to see more than he ever got to see.
I mean, he did get a lap dance, so
That's true. I think he wins.
he wins.
Damn you, Mickey Rourke.
You dingus. But yeah, we did it. Woo!
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, I don't really have anything to add. I've got through all my notes. It's
As
all,
did I.
It's all donezo. Very nice. Yeah. Then I guess we're about to be out of here. I guess you wanna do a little cum? We want a little cum for your video nights?
Piss on me. Beat me.
Oh.
I'm home here now.
Yeah, but what time?
6 p.m. Tuesdays. Mahler server.
There it is.
Movies with me. I pick movies. This is a dictatorship.
It is.
I pick good movies.
And I think
movies like this. Movies that are actually good. And sometimes I pick very bad movies unknowingly, and we have fun with it.
Yeah.
And sometimes we watch movies that are basically entirely built around the idea of causing seizures in the audience, and then we turn those off early.
Oh, boo.
Yeah. It was just two French bitches talking about their day with some flashing lights.
What's your
Gaspar Noé's a cunt.
What's your opinion on that Page biopic? I haven't seen it at all. A lot of people liked it, but I haven't checked it out at all.
What is it?
It's from the female wrestler called Paige, and she had like a biopic a couple of years ago that came out, but I never watched it.
I will look into it.
This has been great, thank you. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you have any suggestions on any movies that I should watch?
I mean, I have a whole list of things. I mean, you said you wanted to join in on like Nick Cage movies and stuff, so that's definitely gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
Because I do want to watch.
Love Nick Cage.
I want to watch Pig at some point because a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god! I didn't
I
know you.
love that movie.
I didn't know you were into pigs that much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god! I'm so sorry.
It's so good.
But yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. Also,
good.
when you look at that super chat here, I can't believe Metal's a furry. No, anyway, back to work. All right. There you go. That happened. Fighting with my family. Yeah, that's the Page one. Yeah. I don't even know if I want to watch it. I don't know. I never really cared for that one. Maybe I will someday. I don't know. And now I'm home. Yeah, I mean, it's 1 a.m. for me, and it's a weekday. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be out of here now. But yeah,
Fair enough.
go to Porky's watch-alongs. I hear they're fun. I'm mostly asleep when those happen or stream, so I'm never there.
Yeah, that's fine. They start an hour ago, basically, on Tuesdays.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's Betty bedtime for Mootle.
Yeah. If anybody's looking for a really good out of the blue movie suggestion, there's a documentary called Honeyland. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's all in Turkish. Good luck.
Good luck. But yeah, I will be back with another Metal's Forge on Sunday. Well, as of recording, obviously. Gonna be everything, everywhere, all at once. Gotta see what all the fuss is about. Other than that, just some streams. I don't think there's gonna be an EFAP for me on Saturday, so I'm probably gonna stream then after I watch the movie for Sunday. So yeah, go look out for the Twitch. Gonna play more Ocarina of Time. That has been fun in the bun. And yeah, that's about it. More EFAP stuff coming your way where I'm in, as I'm doing the things. And
I'm calling you out, chat. I'm calling you out. Go follow my Twitter at Porcus Malice. I drop fire.
Sometimes
bring an extinguisher.
Let's see. I'm gonna go Porcus Malice.
No, you don't. You don't want me on EFAP. Nobody on EFAP wants me on EFAP.
He's been on the gaming ones. That's fun.
Yeah, I've been on gaming ones. Nobody likes my opinion though. I'm fine with that.
That's for all of us. But yeah, this has been fun. Good movie. Go watch it.
Yes.
And yeah, I'll catch you all around. Thanks for hanging out. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Gross.